Good morning, y'all. Ooh, this edible just kicked in. That feel good right there. Yes, yes, yes. But hey, guys, good morning to you. Good morning to all of you. I just got something to confess to y'all, man. I just was talking to somebody about this morning. Uh, I'm going back, guys. I gotta let y'all know I'm going back. I'm going back to the plantation. Yep, I'm gone, man. I don't want to deal with this no more. I'm going back to the plantation. I think y'all should go too. Um, and the reason why I say I'm going back to the plantation is because the pressure of not being able to go to the cookout, the pressure of not being able to get no aunties cooking, the pressure of not being able to go to the parties, you know, getting kicked out of the community. So I'm going back to the plantation, y'all. The Democratic plantation, that is. Yes, I'm voting all Democrat. We black out here. And being that we black out here, I've come to the understanding and the conclusion that it's not black first, it's Democrat first. So I don't want to deal with the pressures of uh, not being able to go on my auntie porch, not being able to go to the cookout. So, excuse me, Uncle Luke called Joe Biden, tell him I want my black card. I'm voting Democrat. I mean, I don't got no choice. I'm black. We all supposed to think the same, you know. I'm tired of being strong. And I'm finna play like I'm Somali so I can get some of that money. So yeah, I'm going back, yo. I'm going back to the plantation. I don't care who don't like it. I'm going back to the Democratic plantation because we can only think one way. We all are a monolith. I'm tired of people thinking I'm a Trump boy or I'm something crazy because I like school choice. Even though I can explain why I like school choice, because I was bused from a really bad school district to a really good school district, and I learned how to spell potato. So I thought school choice would be a good thing. But since Trump did it, and they don't like Trump, then that means I can't like a good thing that even benefited my life because they don't like Trump. You see, that's how the way that works. It's all about who we like. They don't like Trump. So even if policy is good, I shouldn't like it because Trump did it. So I want to be able to go back to the cookout. Hell, I want to be able to. I ain't eat chicken in a long time. Damn, it's been so long since I ate a piece of chicken. I think I want a piece of chicken now. So I'm going back, and I got my watermelon already. So shit, I still eat watermelon. So I'm going back to the goddamn cookout. Tell Hillary to bring the hot sauce. Um, tell goddamn the first black president to bring the ukulele. Bill, no, Bill played the saxophone. Bill, bring the saxophones. It drive the ladies crazy. The black women gonna vote for your ass as soon as you can play the sax. Uh, yeah, and then the black men gonna vote for you, Bill, because you got hoes. So I need damn man, I just want to eat some more chicken. I miss the chicken. I miss the goddamn potato salad. I want to be able to go back to the cookout. I know. The black community is a monolith. Otherwise, they would not be asking young black athletes to not go to the SEC. So we are a monolith. We all got to think alike. So shit, I might well come back to the blacks so I don't get my ass kicked. I'm going back, dog. I'm telling you. I sure miss that chicken. Mm-hmm. While eating watermelon, spitting out seeds. Mm-hmm. I sure miss that chicken. I gotta go back. I want that home cooked biscuits. Yeah, man. I'm finna get me some real macaroni. Woo! I'm back. I'm back, y'all. Go ahead and call Joe Biden and tell him I want my black card back. It's too early for edibles. It can't be. Kwame, it's too early for them edibles. Hey, no, I think it's perfect timing. This shit like a truth serum. I think these edibles is like a truth serum, Paul. I think because I came to the conclusion like about 40 minutes after I ate it. I'm like, oh shit, I got to go back to the Democrat. That's the only way as a black man you could be looked at as a good black man is to be a Democrat. So they keep saying that it ain't no sports and politics. Bullshit. As long as you like Joe Biden, you can go to the White House. As long as you is a Democratic president, a Democratic person, every sports team will go, all the players will go, you know, majority of them anyway. So shit, I'm finna go back to the Democrats, man. I gotta get my black card back. I ain't had my black card in a little bit. I went independent a while ago. So it will be no more independent on my ticket, okay? I'm going straight, full on, head first, break your neck in the sand, Democrat, baby. Yeah, I want my black card back. Because we all got to think alike. I don't care what you say. We all have to think alike. You black. You are black. Anybody that didn't know, you black. And if somebody white do something, we can tell them a story about something back in the day because we black. Right? Fuck the bullshit. I'm going back to the Democrat. We black out here. And I look like a Somali. So I want to get some of that money before Trump shut off the faucet. So yeah. Damn this. And Jasmine Crockett might goddamn go to twerking around me. Woo. Democrat, baby. Meg the Stallion. No, I ain't trying to get locked up. Yeah, Jasmine Crockett, fine love. Democratic judges. Mm. I don't want to hit the like button until he makes me laugh. I ain't laughed yet. Dang! Damn. Tough crowd. Tough crowd this morning. Jasmine Crockett. Thick. Anyway, let's get into it, man. We got some sports and we got some politics. Of course, we're going to talk about some politics first, but I just wanted y'all to know I'm going back to the Democrats, though. And I gave y'all reasons why. As a black man, I don't think that we can make it without being a Democrat. They separate you from your women. Most black women are Democrats. I don't want to be separated from black women. I just got to do what they say. I'm gonna submit to being a Democrat, and just Luke what's his name, Plies, all y'all cool with me now. Plies was singing "Give You a Crack 100 Years" and real goons, and now he talking about calling the police on children. So man, I want to be a Democrat because you could make up the rules as you go, and I feel like making up my own rules anyway. So yeah, we all one band, one sound. Democrat, one band, one sound. Go along, get along, gang. You talking about don't give in, Kwame? Man, this shit rough out here, boy. They trying to kick me up the ass, boy. They ain't playing with me, boy. calling me a disruptor. Man, this shit too tough. I just might as well go back to the Democrat, eat some chicken, and goddamn hang out and live good, man. And Paul, from now on, everything is your fault now. It ain't my fault no more. And now that I'm back Democrat, everything is Paul, the white man fault in the chat. Yep. Feel good. Take a load off. Whew. It's Paul's fault. But listen, man. Now let's get into this real quick. Y'all are not going to understand this. Let's start. What are we going to start with? Let's start with this one. We're going to start with the politics. Because everything Paul's fault now. Man, did y'all know that they locked my brothers up for selling drugs? And that shit was a rough time in my life, you know, having your brothers just disappear all of a sudden. But I got to take over the whole TV. I had finally had my own bed, something I've been dreaming about. You know what I mean? So it had its perks. You know what I mean? So no offense. You know, I have my brother in the chat, some of them listening. It had its pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? I got my own room. And all them niggas got locked up. One went to college, but yeah, I had my own room and shit. Okay, I'm sounding like I care more about the pros, but yeah, it was rough, man, when all my brothers was gone and shit. You know, in my formidable years, you know, where brothers are supposed to be bonding, some of them niggas were locked up. But they locked them up for selling drugs, and if they were giving out needles, they would have been giving out time to my brothers. But let's watch what the people in power in LA are doing.
Karen Bass and Nitya Raman spend millions of your tax dollars on these NGOs to hand out fentanyl needles, crack pipes, and drugs to addicts on your streets to keep them high and homeless so they can profit off of everyone's misery. Vote now. Check out this video right here. So this is called Hope Charity, Faith Hope Charity. You can see the sign on their Jeep saying homeless healthcare. This was back in March of 2025. Look at that.
They look just like what my brother was doing back in the goddamn old day. And he got all that time. They gave him more time than a clock. And now look at these people. They get to ride around with a sign giving out drugs and drug paraphernalia. Boy, that's crazy. What are they doing out there in LA? If crack is whack and crack is illegal, why would you give them the thing to smoke the crack in? I don't want you to do drugs, but if you're going to do it, here go a clean needle. What? How about get in the truck, we taking you to rehab, and we going to clean you up? How about we going to forcibly get you off these goddamn streets, and we're going to give you drug treatment? We're going to give you the syringe so that you can do a drug that we don't want you to do. Wow, this makes no sense.
Handing out needles, handing out all sorts of materials. Look at that. There's the number right there. Overdose response team. Continually perpetuating the problem instead of dealing with it. NGOs. Does that make sense? Does this make sense too? Guess what they just did to Nick Shirley? So I first reported this when it first came up, and Nick Shirley even accosted and confronted these lawmakers. You had Scott Wiener, one of the most demonic individuals to ever walk the streets of a civilized society, saying, I think you're a psychopath, to Nick Shirley. This is over AB 2624 that the California State Assembly is passing, sometimes known as the Anti-Nick Shirley Act, which hurts and harms independent media like yours truly, your boy Nez, Nick Shirley, and so many others from actually, you guessed it, reporting and exposing the fraud. Well, guess what? This AB 2624 Stop Nick Shirley Act just passed the California legislature.
This is what many are calling the Stop Nick Shirley Act. This provision right here, B1. This is look, I'm not going to support the bill overall, but at the very least, if you support freedom of speech and the First Amendment, B1 is a problem. And let me quote it in plain English, directly from the bill. A person shall not publicly post or display on the internet the image of a designated immigrant support services provider. That's the language, plain and simple.
Now, how is this not considered aiding and abetting fraud? If you're saying that a citizen cannot track his tax dollars, his or her tax dollars, and this is supposed to be a First Amendment right that he can film, that he can ask questions, you're going to tell him that he cannot do that now only because he caught fraud? How is that not aiding and abetting fraud? I believe these politicians, just a little birdie told me while I was asleep, but this ain't real. Nobody believes this. Politicians crazy as hell. But I believe that they allow this theft to go on because I believe they get kickbacks in the forms of donations. And I think that's how a lot of these politicians go from making $250,000 to their salary balloon to, or their net worth balloons to 30 and 40 million dollars. Either they have some type of psychic powers and investing to make that type of money so fast, or they're using our tax dollars to loan out to certain people, allow certain people to steal in certain states, and then they get, large donations. That would be easy to do, but I don't know why nobody would do that, because I don't think that happens. So y'all don't listen to me. That would never, nobody would never do nothing like that. That would be crazy.
Goes on to say, well, only if this so-called provider has given a written request. So let me give you an example. Nick Shirley shows up with his camera crew to the Somali Leering Center. Or maybe one of the 90 fake hospices operating in a building in Los Angeles that was highlighted by CBS News shows up doing the work of a citizen watchdog journalist. This is something we should promote. We should say, look, we want extra set of eyes.
Support.
People have a right to go out there and kick the tires and find out what are these organizations doing with our taxpayer funds. Nick Shirley records empty beds at the daycare center, records no patients, no medical supplies, no nurses, no doctors at the fake hospices.
How dare you go and record fake beds at a hospice? How dare you do that? How dare you go and find fraud? Is that the haircut cut? Yeah, boy, I got that fade. Yeah, boy, I got that fade. You see the fade? Boy, shut up. But anyway, how dare he go and find fraud? How dare he go and do that? What gives him the right to find out that people are stealing from the American citizen? What gives him that right? Now they're going to block him from doing it. And the crazy thing about it, the governor or the wife, the one who wrote the bill, is married to the governor who is going to actually pass the bill. That's crazy. That's a go along, get along gang for your ass. That's a go along, get along gang for you.
On the basis of this research, investigative research, posts this on the internet, interviews some of the providers. And all these people do is they hand Nick Shirley a business card.
Excuse me, Mr. DeMaio. Assemblymember Bonta, you are recognized for your point of
I
order.
asked the member from San Diego to actually stick to the merits of this bill, which actually has nothing to do with so-called.
Thank you, Assemblymember Bonta. Your point is well taken. Mr. DeMaio.
Oh, no, I'm absolutely sticking to the specifics of this bill. If you show up and take video of those providers under this bill, all they would have to do, all the fraudsters would have to do, is hand a business card over to the investigative journalist. And if they posted that evidence that they caught on video on the internet, they would be violating this law. The lawyers in this room know that absolutely, under this language, would be prohibited from being posted to the internet. This is outrageous.
You think that's awful? You think that's terrible? Check this out. Spencer Pratt just dropped this devastating post on LA. Mayor Karen Bass, within just 2 days, we have 2 days, folks, to fix California. Look at this. At every single ballot drop box, total degeneracy and filth.
There it is. Will Durant Library on a Monday.
And this too. Look at this. Why is it that every single official ballot drop box?
God, dog. Because they're going to have a homeless person grab all that goddamn ballot and throw it away. They're going to be like, we don't know what happened to Station 9. The whole ballot box disappeared. Man, they going to, damn, boy. Allegedly, they could be using the homeless to do some of their dirty work and get rid of some of these ballots. I don't know, but I damn sure wouldn't go over there and vote with a whole person laying in front of the damn box. Yeah, I don't think I would. And that ballot box don't look secure to the ground. It don't. Man, no, I'm not going over there to vote with a whole person laying there. No, I'm not doing it.
Is surrounded by degenerates, homelessness, filth, and dirt and muck. Why is that? Oh, what could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? They pass out needles. They make sure that the homeless stay homeless. They make sure that the drug addicts stay hooked on drugs instead of actually going to the core issue, to the core problem and actually addressing that. Does it make sense now? NGOs are passing that out, by the way. This charity drive, whatever the hell it's called, these are NGOs. Pretty much anything with that acronym, non-governmental organization, is just a tax loophole. It's a complete fraud cover. That's all it is. Just like Newsom's wife, Jennifer Newsom, who stole the $100 million of fire aid from the Palisades fire victims, which ironically, paradoxically, is the reason that Spencer Pratt got in this race. He said many, many times, I don't want to be mayor, but I don't have a choice, just like Trump. Just like Trump. I don't want to be president, but I don't have a choice. Look what's happening to our country. And so does it make sense now?
And Spencer Pratt, a guy who was just a regular everyday citizen whose house got burnt down, is now running for mayor, is now trying to be in politics. And he's not a politician, but he's winning. Just using common sense stuff. He is winning. It's like these people are detached from reality because they're never around you. Politicians don't live where they reside over. And yes, I do mean reside over, because it's like some king shit now, boy, because they control everything and they do not live amongst you. They do what that one lady did, to where they have a house there that's just there, but they live somewhere else that's nice as shit. So they don't care what happened to you. KB, Jamie Foxx and Leonardo DiCaprio came up to Spencer Pratt and said, "We voted for you. Things could be changing in Cali." Really? Dang. Boy, I read that clear as day too, boy. Whoa, edibles. That's why I keep drinking this water. Salute to you, Paul. Careful with who? Nez Kwame, he supports genocide of Palestine. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. But that's crazy. This man is actually winning because he cared about the common sense things. He said, I'm going to make it safe for women to be able to take their children to the park. So in California, y'all been sitting up here talking. See, that's why I'm going to the Democrats, because they can just do whatever they want. In California, they done made that city dirty, fucked up, dangerous, crazy, and that is a beautiful place. They got palm trees, they got beautiful women rotating in and out trying to be famous. They got the Laugh Factory, the Comedy Store, you got different eateries, you got, man, woo, Cali is beautiful. But now it's not so much, and people are leaving in droves. And so people are still voting Democrat, but reality shows them that the money is leaving your cities. It's like CNN and these news organizations are complicit for brainwashing people, because it's like, how is word of mouth not spreading around enough for people to say, damn, people are leaving New York, people are leaving California, they're leaving pretty much anywhere from the north and the west to come to the south. Everybody's migrating down south, which is crazy. So, and majority of the cities, your major cities, Chicago, all these places that adopted these policies that you voted for. And it's like Ricky Smiley and all these people that tell people that they can't go to the cookout. And what's weird to me is why they never come back and say, okay, let's go over the results of what we voted for. Let's look at Chicago. Let's look at New York. Let's look at California. These are major cities, and they're all fucked up. There's no other way to slice it. They fucked up. But guess what? I'm still going to vote Democrat, because I want to eat my chicken. I want to be able to go around my auntie and my family. Y'all done brainwashed our families. So I got to go vote Democrat to get my family back. Because they done had celebrities tell people family. Because I told y'all celebrities ain't shit. They're there to sell you a product or brainwash you. So without even knowing my family, Ricky Smiley said, y'all don't even let them come around you. Don't even invite them to the cookout. So now we have actual real life families not talking because of the way that they voted, even though one could be right and the other could be wrong. They have whole wives left their husband, lied before God, said death do us part. And then as soon as found out her husband voted for Trump, she signed the divorce paper and tried to take all his money. This is a strange world we living in now. So yeah, I want some chicken. So I'm just gonna go back to peace. I'm gonna act like everything all good. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna act like everything all good, eat my chicken, be around my family, and just till the wheels fall off, baby. Hey, cause shit, it's either that or you exile from your family. They'll call you a name, they'll call you a coon, they'll call you Trump boy. Because we've been taught now that our blackness is connected to the Democrats. So you're not black if you don't vote for me. The reason why Joe Biden was emboldened to say that, because the Democrats feel like they saved us Negroes. So we're indebted to the Democrats. So we black out here mean we have to be a Democrat. So I've done really realized that now, and I just want to act like I'm dumb. And I got to let a white man qualify my blackness, which is a hurtful thing. But I guess I'm going to swallow my pride, and I'm going to let this white boy tell me I ain't black unless he vote for me. And now that they got a Nazi in the running, he had a Nazi tattoo. I got to act like I didn't see that. All inclusive. So I know my task. I want my chicken back. So I'm gonna act like everything all good, like everybody else doing. Shit. Hey, everybody else acting like everything all good. Shit, too blessed to be stressed, bitch. Yeah, so I'm gonna just get on Facebook, act like everything all good, bitch. Yeah, fuck it. Till the wheels fall off.
My fellow Americans and everybody watching around the world. We have an amazing audience. Let me know where you're joining me from, what state, what city, what country. I love hearing from you guys. Now, does it make sense why Newscomb said this all the way back in 2008, addressing the homelessness problem, essentially lighting a match to hundreds of billions of dollars?
What we call a 10-year plan to end chronic homelessness in San Francisco.
How are you going to solve homelessness? What are you going to do as a new mayor? And I said, well, what are you going to do?
Works on a housing first model, direct access to housing, shelter, solve sleep, housing with wraparound and support services, solve homelessness. Homelessness absolutely can be solved.
Laid out a detailed homeless strategy. There's been no intentionality on homelessness in the state for decades. It's not been a focus.
I don't think we can solve homelessness. I know we can solve homelessness. We will reduce street homelessness quickly and humanely through emergency action. The highest investment the state's ever made is $1 billion on homelessness. We are poised to pass a budget in the next few hours that will provide $12 billion of investment.
God, dog, man, what are they doing with all this money? They getting billions and billions of dollars and nothing to show for it. People living in sewers. What the hell? I need to be a politician, boy. I told you I'm going Democrat, boy. Them motherfuckers getting that money. Boy, they getting that money, legal money too. Look at that. He been saying this shit for how many years? Hold on, let's go back. How many years he been? Y'all mad at Dr. Umar Johnson? Man, Umar got this from somewhere. Y'all ain't mad at the white man. Since 2008, this man been talking about, I ain't even mad at Dr. Umar no more, man. Hey, after seeing this, I'm not mad at Dr. Umar Johnson no more. What the? This man been using the same grift since 2008. $24 billion later, and y'all Negroes got the nerve to talk about Umar, and y'all ain't even opened the school donations. He ain't get a billy. Now, maybe if y'all would have gave Umar a billy, he would have at least had a school open. At least he got the building. Come on, man. We got to do better as a community, man. These white folks get $20 billion for a damn lie. Homelessness went up. God, dog, man. I got to vote Democrat so I can act like I don't see this shit, bro. Homelessness done went up, and these people got $24 billion. Y'all still, yeah, no, man. We got to not be mad at Umar after noticing this shit. Man, Umar, you my dog now, man. Fuck that, man. Come on, man. 24, he stole your money. You ain't mad at him? Man, shit. These federal tax dollars. He stole your money. You ain't mad at him? This $24 billion. You know, I was in the league in 2008. I'm mad that I'm mad. You know how many federal dollars I was paying back then? I was in that motherfucker hooping then. Why? Hey. So yeah. No, man. No, man. I'm going back to the Democrat. Look at how much money we're gonna get as a Democrat. 24 billion. I see why you're a Democrat now. The Munyon, baby. Damn.
And to end chronic homeless in San Francisco.
How are you going to solve homelessness? What are you going to do as a new mayor? And I say, well, what are you going to do?
Focus on a housing first model, direct access to housing. Shelter solve sleep, housing with wraparound and support services, solve homelessness. Homelessness absolutely can be solved. Laid out a detailed homeless strategy. There's been no intentionality on homelessness in this state for decades. It's not been a focus.
I don't think we can solve homelessness. I know we can solve homelessness. We will reduce street homelessness quickly and humanely through emergency action. The highest investment the state's ever made is $1 billion on homelessness. We are poised to pass a budget in the next few hours that will provide $12 billion of investment.
I can literally quantify 58,000 people that we got off the streets last year, and none of you would believe it. The state has not made progress in the last 2 decades as it relates to homelessness. Why?
We're not interested in funding failure. We're not interested in failing more efficiently when it comes to the issue of homelessness and the crisis on the streets. See, my fellow Americans, this has been an orchestrated.
Yeah. From 2008 to 2024, they've been saying they're going to solve homelessness. And at no point they can see that this person may not be the right person for the job. I thought we got some educated people out here, boy. Now I know we got some lying. They might be smart, but there's some lying some bitches, boy. Lord have mercy. From 2008 to 2024, nobody saw that this guy wasn't doing a good job. You kept hiring him and giving him the money. That's crazy.
Architected criminal empire that has been initiated and launched by the Democrats because they hate America. They don't care that our streets are filthy. They don't care that you can't walk your kids down the street to the park and have a nice, enjoyable time on a Sunday or a Saturday without having to have your head on a swivel. They don't care that crime rates are up. They don't care that smash and grabs are up. They don't care that home invasions are up. They don't care. They don't care that they let off multiple felons.
The shit, home invasions and all that is because as long as you don't steal over $1,000, it's not a felony. Motherfucker, boy, you mess around and get anything other than an iPhone, like Nacho, they'll snatch that goddamn little, what is that, LG you got? They'll damn sure take that out your pocket. They'll hope you got 2 of those. Cause my iPhone gonna get their ass a felony. It's over $1,000 already. But your little phone, they'll take both of your phones. Them little phones, them little Nokias you got, them bitches equal up to probably about $100 a piece. Motherfucker. Shit. Watch Nacho start talking shit in the chat. Who is this? What do you say? 1,300 plus tax. Get it right. Oh shit! I'm just saying that little Nokia you got, man. Man, I'm just saying. Nah, he was talking shit in the chat. I heard him talking shit in the chat first. You know, I got to get him back. Oh, you got the Galaxy? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I got rid of my iPhone 8, so I'm talking trash now, boy. All right, back to the story. My bad, Nacho.
Time and time again because they need their vote, time and time again because they're afraid of actually facing the real workforce that you and I have to face every single day. You see, does it make sense now? I've said this before and I'll say it again, especially if you're in Los Angeles or in California. This is bigger than just a mayor race. This is another Cold War. This is a battle between ideologies. The people on the good side, Spencer Pratt and Hilton, are fighting for American values, ideals, and principles. Wait till I share with you what Trump just posted, which I think is the atomic bomb truth nuke of them all. On the other side, you have a group of demonic parasites who have zero qualifications, zero skills, and without DEI, didn't earn it, without creating more filth, more chaos, because that's what parasitic vermin thrive in. They will have to face the real workplace, which is based on meritocracy, and they can never hack it. So they're willing to sacrifice you, me, our kids, our grandkids, hardworking, tax-paying, law-abiding American citizens, so they never have to face that day. I am begging you, if you live in California, especially Los Angeles, vote Spencer Pratt, vote Steve Hilton. Let's restore sanity back to this gorgeous, plush, #1 plot of real estate on the planet, best weather on the planet, best.
Now, if you black, he not talking to you, okay? Because we black out here. So you got to vote whoever your black leader tell you, or whoever, like Dr. Boyce Watkins said, whatever black or white handler y'all got, go to your white handler. They'll tell you who to tell black folks to vote for. Make sure you go to church before the vote. The pastor gonna tell you who to vote for too. Make sure you listen to your black leaders. Because if you black, we black out here. You must keep the white man in power that's gonna keep you where you need to be. That's what we gotta do. We Democrats, all right? We not black first. We Democrat first. Fuck what you heard. We going back, baby. Plantation time. Oh, let me play the video.
Resources on the planet, the 4th largest economy on the planet. We need to get our state back. If you know anybody that lives in California, if you know anybody that lives in Los Angeles, send them this video, share this with them. This is all about getting sanity back. Once you get one of the best, biggest states in our union, second only to Texas, back on the side of good, it's going to have a beautiful ripple effect on the rest of the country. You're going to actually have leadership and administration willing to work with the Trump America First administration. It's going to have a beautiful compound interest effect on every.
Once again, if you black, he not talking to you, okay? Baldhead Wayne say, salute my brother in the chat. Salute, salute. Once again, let me, I appreciate you, Baldhead Wayne. Once again, if you black, we black out here. Now, he not talking to you. We all a monolith. Find you, ask Obama who to vote for. Don't listen to him. Go to LeBron. Go to Obama. Go to Jay-Z. Go to your leaders. Meg Thee Stallion. Go to Cardi B. Don't listen to him. I'm telling you now, you're not going to be able to go to the cookout. And I want my chicken back. I want to be able to go on my auntie porch. Ricky Smiley, celebrity bitch ass, told families because a lot of people liked him when he put on that dress. And what he did was he did that bullshit Stephen A. did. He got the minds of our women because he put on a dress like a bitch ass nigga. But he told people, don't go around your family no more. He told people, don't invite them to the cookout. And some people, based on his celebrity, bitch ass nigga, they like him. So they listen. And so we got families that don't even understand politics, don't even talk about politics, but somebody told them who to like, who not to like, based on a couple words that they heard in snapshots. So they don't like them no more. And based on that, not liking them, they can't hear policy. They can't hear anything else other than the fact that I don't like them. Kind of like that video I showed y'all how they turned that Negro up, turned him to Autobot meltdown, and he started going crazy on Nick Shirley and don't even know him. Yeah, kind of like that. So don't listen to him. You know, Dr. Boyce Watkins, listen to him. He told you we got to have a white man leader over me That's what Dr. Boyce Watkins said. A pro-black economics smart guy understands you got to have a white man over you. So you got to vote Democrat in order to swing the balance back to where it's supposed to be. Dr. Boyce Watkins knows this. He knows this. And, you know, I tried to buy a politician. I tried to vote black. I was so happy to have enough money to buy me a politician. Then the Negro got in there and lied. I wish I would have got them knew this before I got them spent my money. But, you know, I tried to get me a couple politicians, but it's just me by myself. So, you know, some of you didn't understand what you saw when you saw a bunch of rich Negroes kneeling down with their fists in the air instead of standing their dumb ass up, putting their money together and buying them a damn politician, because that's how everybody else get their shit done. The Asians don't sit on the ground and hold their hand up, but they got an Asian hate crime bill. You ain't never seen the motherfucking Asians out there squatting talking about Asians will overcome. They don't say shit. They let their money talk, and they talk loud. They got $26 billion in bailouts for their company, so they money talk loud. They teaching us to make noise and shout and run, and you got all these niggas rich like this. The fuck are we shouting for now? You got the money now. You got the money now, but don't got this. And so, but I'm gonna act like I don't know nothing now. I'm going back to the Democrat. I'm voting all D. Wait a minute. Hold on. Pause. Whoa. I wish an editor could cut that whole segment out just then. That little small part right there, just cut that shit out, because that didn't sound right. But I'm voting all Democrat on my ticket is what I meant to say. Shit, okay? Y'all know what the hell I meant to say. Fuck you, Nacho. I'm voting all Democrat on my... Yeah, just cut 5 seconds out of that shit. Hey, Rodney, we need to find that segment and cut that look at them 5 seconds out of there, okay? Bam. Yeah, cut that shit out of there. Oh no, Miss Collins talking about too late. Hey boy, you can't have no slip-ups on this computer, boy. Damn, this is why people don't do live video. You can't have no slip-up, boy. They gonna turn that shit into something else. Hey, for everybody who go clip that up, just know. Anyway, that fucked up my whole train of thought. But I'm voting all Democrat, dog. For real. I done smarten up, man. We all black out here, man. We one band, one sound, can't think for no. One way, baby. If you don't like the white man I'm mad at you. You can't come to the cookout or none of that. And so I want chicken again. And Hillary gonna blame the hot sauce. She gonna bring the hot sauce. Meg Thee Stallion gonna be twerking. Cardi B gonna be saying, I want my taxes lower, even though the taxes gonna get higher because they believe in goddamn communism. But you know, it's okay. It's okay. I ain't never seen it work nowhere, but it's okay. It's okay. A lot of Marxists, we gonna vote in office, but hey, it's okay. It's okay. Everything, every little thing gonna be all right. I'm not eating no more collard greens though. Them motherfuckers go get washed in the bathtub. I'm not eating no more collard greens. Morning, KB, you sound crazy. I'm never going back to the Democratic Party player, but I will vote for Keisha Bottoms as governor of Georgia because she's still fine. Ooh, she is damn sure. Yeah. But you know what, though? I don't sound crazy, Russ, because I'm telling you right now, you can't come to the cookout unless you vote Democrat. We had celebrities saying, Steve Hart, all these people. We got to start listening to our black leaders, man. That we got to go back to leadership because I think they're going to lead your ass down the path of hell. But you got to listen to your leaders, okay? And that's just real deal spiel, Holyfield. You can't think for yourself, so you got to have a leader. And so I'm just going to give my brain over to my leader. And I'm going to start voting like I'm supposed to be voting because I know I'm black. My mama black. She was black, and I came up in a black church, so I know the do's and don'ts, and I know better than to think for myself. So, yeah, I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm going back. Fuck this.
Anything in America, you, me, even if you're not living in California, even if you're not living in the United States, that's a guarantee. What Trump posted today. A lot of people are laughing about this. A lot of people are kind of, thinking this is just another one of his masterful internet meme troll posts. But there is profound truth here. I think DEI is based on the tenets of racism and discrimination, specifically towards whites. It's very anti-white. And what Trump posts here saying billions were spent to convince you this is evil. And that's like a 1950s picture of what America looked like. Just a normal middle-class family, could afford a home, could afford to have one breadwinner, could afford a vehicle. There wasn't this. I mean, I remember my grandparents didn't even lock their door of their houses. Do you remember that? Do you remember a time in America when you didn't even have to lock your house and you were friends with all your neighbors? Everybody knew you. There was a sense of community. I mean, I could get into it, but it would be a 3-hour video and I can't do it. You know exactly the metaphor, the meaning behind this picture. They don't want you to think that this is normal. They want you to think that diversity is our strength. It's not even close. Community, assimilation, shared values, shared principles, shared allegiance. That is our strength. They want you to think that working hard is bad. They want you to think that white people are bad. They want you to think that success is bad. They want you to think that clean streets, for some reason. Wait till you hear this independent voter who called in on C-SPAN, who says it better than I ever could. And she's speaking from the bottom pit of her American soul, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. Listen.
Graham Flatner? Heck no. I mean, what do the Dems stand for? They stand for open borders, transitioning minors, mutilating them. It's like, it's unreal. I mean, illegal criminals over American citizens. It's like, okay, if you get Tallarico in Texas, he's going to put out his welcome mat and invite millions more on taxpayers' backs. It's like, and what they've done to these young girls, it's like raping, murdering, lighting them on fire in a subway. What the heck is wrong with these Trump deranged Democrats? They stand for Epstein. Do you think if Biden knew, I mean, Biden didn't know, but his task force knew, they knew that they had to look through that 4 years of they had the files for 4 years.
Okay, so Brenda, you've critiqued the Democrats. Why are you an independent and not a Republican?
I'm in the
What? He had no pushback for what she said. All he said was, well, you critique the Democrats. Why not be a Republican? Why can't she be an independent? Because if she could vote either party. If you stop doing the things that she does not agree with, she's a free agent. Why not be a Republican? Like that, I'm telling you, if you're this Republican, you're automatically bad. They've tied you to racism. If you're white, you're racist. If you're black, you're a coon. These are buzzwords, so you cannot think for yourself. I told you, these people haven't had a conversation in the last. I haven't heard a real conversation since you got to go look at a debate of Thomas Sowell to hear real conversation, real debate. Or Larry Elder, and then now they talk over him in debates now. So these people that are masquerading as debaters now, they're smart people, but they're not debaters. They're just pushing the narrative. They don't even let the other person talk. On CNN, we always know Abby Phillips is going to over talk old boy every single time. And it's just like, at some point, aren't you tired of seeing this shit? Like, you dudes that's watching this, would you date a girl like that just over talk you every time you trying to land your plane? Like, is this what we want to see on TV? Like, I don't be wanting to see that shit. I'm sorry. Kwame, Iran damn near in the civil war right now. Watch the gas price start to go down. Okay. I'll drop the link in a minute. Scott Jennings. Yeah, man. Every other day, it's like, man, this is so disrespectful. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Like, everybody else get to talk. And right when he try to make another point so we can kind of gauge what's right and what's wrong or what makes sense. Oh, but I'll be like, God dang, this dude got way more patience than me. People sticking their hand in his face. He got to sit up there and take that the whole time. All because they want to push a narrative. They don't want to allow people to hear both sides of the coin, but all inclusive. So that's why I'm going back to the Democrats. You ain't got to respect nobody. You ain't got to listen to nobody. You can shout in motherfuckers' face like that dude Pearson and make people just stand there and not do nothing like you just a badass. I'm going back to the Democrats.
Middle, I've been voting since 1974. That I became an independent then. But the Republicans, I mean, they're common sense people. These Trump deranged Democrats don't understand, you know, they just look at one filter. It's like tunnel vision. And it's like, I hope they find a remedy for them, because this world is going to, I don't know, it's really a sad state to be in.
All right,
really
that's Brenda in Maine. We appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, you better hurry up and cut her off, because God forbid she tells the truth. I mean, it is remarkable. I just love the way she said that. It's not even, this is why I keep saying, look, I'm not right or left. I mean, I am definitely magnificently not even close to the left, but I'm not right either. I've always been a constitutional centrist if I had to define myself. I love America. This is common sense. It's not right or left. This isn't even bipartisan. The police should be able to do their jobs. We should have clean streets. We should have a closed border. We shouldn't throw our money away every single day and funding fraudsters. This is common sense. Is that radical? Is that some sort of right-wing nut job? I don't think so. I think if you are a Democrat, especially a far left-leaning squad-esque Democrat in 2026 and beyond, there's something rotten inside your soul. I truly believe that, and I pray for you. I really genuinely pity and pray for you and hope that you can exercise that demon of TDS and just realize, like, what have you been doing? It's cancer to the soul. That's what it is. I want to share another amazing video of a DC resident whose breath was taken away after seeing what Trump did. I think it's one of the most beautiful videos. I just want to share this with you. But first, look at this. Look at the before and after of Meridian Hill Park before Trump. Why would the Democrats be so mad about this? Look at this. So on the left-hand side of your screen, no water, dirty, filth. Look at the right side. Look how beautiful that is. Look at all the people. Look at.
Now that's some hate right there. When you mad that somebody else cleaned something that you didn't do, that is crazy. So they care more about hating Trump, that they would rather stuff stay dirty, stank, and dilapidated than to let the man clean it. Trump is not a king.
Look at all the people there. Look how beautiful that is. And then finally, I want to share this. Trump just recently restored Columbus Circle. And I just want you to listen to what this longtime DC resident who's lived here for 2 decades, listen to the joy, listen to the refreshing reinvigoration in her voice. Listen to this. This is powerful.
This is crazy. Now, I'm from this area. I've never seen it like this. It's so blue, it is bouncing off the white marble. I've never seen the marble this clean before. We have 2 other fountains too that have the same blue water.
Now that I'm back a Democrat, listen to that coon talking. Listen to that pick me. What's all the other words, y'all? I ain't even gonna focus on how clean that look. I know who it's attached to. It's attached to racism. That's racist ass water. Who the hell want to look at water that a racist cleaned up? Like, for real, somebody ain't raised her right. Who is her father? Because I don't know who he is. Because first of all, I would never be out that's like she was complicit with slavery. I'm so glad I got my Democratic brain back, because this shit is wild. Like, why would somebody want to? Let me take another look to see. Oh, somebody want to see this bullshit.
That is. And then finally, I want to share this. Trump just recently restored Columbus Circle. And I just want you to listen to what this longtime DC resident who's lived here for 2 decades, listen to the joy, listen to the refreshing reinvigoration in her voice. Listen to this. This is powerful.
This is crazy. Now, I'm from this area. I've never seen it like this. It's so blue, it is bouncing off the white marble. I've never seen the marble this clean before. We have 2 other fountains too that have the same blue water. Oh my God. It smells gorgeous. It looks gorgeous. Ah! Oh my God. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, breathtaking. God.
I ask you, how could you be against that? How could you be mad about that? We are the greatest country mankind has ever known. We should have golden water, not just blue water, coming out of these fountains. There should be a speck of dust, dirt, or filth. But if you look at every single Democrat city, state, town, community, they all look like Los Angeles. Dystopian nightmares. Look at what Hillary Clinton posted the other day.
Y'all don't listen to him. Listen to your black leaders. Don't listen to the NAACP. Listen to the SPLC. Do not listen to him. We gonna fight. Don't listen to him. First of all, we black out here. We done been through way worse than no leaky fountain. That shit ain't gonna scare us. We from the hood. So we built for it tough. So we not worried about no dried up ass fountains. We ain't never had no fountains in the hood anyway. So that ain't even one of our concerns. Our concern is Jim Crow 2.0. He's trying to distract us. This is a distraction. So all this is a distraction. Don't worry about this. Get to your local churches. Look at your celebrities and make sure you see what they're doing and go along to get along. Don't worry about thinking, okay? What he's trying to do is confuse you. Don't worry about none of this, okay? Vote.
She posted on X with the comments turned off. This is what Trump's done to the people's house. A third of it is rubble. Another third is a cage match. What a metaphor. Apparently, Democrats have been so used to destruction and chaos, they can't recognize what construction looks like. This is what a construction site looks like, Hillary. He's rebuilding it. He's renovating it, and it's going to look gorgeous, which is exactly what our country should always represent. Illustriousness, gorgeousness, immaculateness, class. It should be gold everywhere. It should be shining and sparkling because we, the United States of America, are the lighthouse to the rest of the world. And I love how the Trump War Room X team posted this quote: if you actually cared about the people, you turn your comments on. They don't. They never have. They never will. Don't ever forget, this is the same party that fought Lincoln, who was trying to end slavery. The same exact party. They haven't changed a bit. Well, they've become worse. They have changed. Let me take that back. They've become progressively worse, radically worse. And that's why I say this mayoral race, this gubernatorial race in California, this is one of the greatest states in the union, one of the biggest economies in the world. It is bigger than just Los Angeles.
No, it's bigger than that. You're right, it's bigger than that. It's about Juneteenth. So y'all don't listen to him. I'm going to give y'all something to listen to. Don't listen to him. I'm telling you that right now. Salute to the brother. Don't listen to him. This what you got to listen to. Watch this. Watch this. I got y'all. Hold on. I want y'all to listen to this lady right here. She's going to explain to you everything you need to know, okay? She's going to explain it to you, everything you need to know. And what we got to do is we got to make sure, go get your pencil and paper out, okay? I need you to go get your pencil and paper out. This is how you got to make sure you understand what's going on. I want you to all act like this.
Gail. Oh, I use them to clean the windows, sir. You thought I was reading these fancy papers? Oh, no, sir. I know you got to tell me how to think, sir. I knows better not to read this. And I remember you told me if I don't do what you told me to do, that means I ain't black. And I was just as black as the day is long, sir. There, Gail. Oh, I uses them to clean the windows, sir. You thought I was reading these fancy papers? Oh, no, sir. I know you've got to tell me how to think, sir. I knows better not to read this. And I remember you told me if I don't do what you told me to do, that means I ain't black. And I was just as black as the day is long, sir. Yes, indeed. Been using them words we taught you. Oh, yes, sir. I uses them words loud, proud, and strong. Anytime one of them highfalutin Negroes come around here telling me to read some kind of fancy paper for myself, I call them coon and bootlickers. I sure do, sir. And the rest of them around this plantation, they've been saying another word. They said sellout. I know you ain't teach it to me, sir, but it sounded awful fancy, so I decided to use it for myself. I got some new words. Oh, yes, sir. I was learning real good. What is this, sir? It's dictator, fascist, and Nazi. Oh, okay. Dictator. Fascist. Nice. Okay,
That's
sir. Those sound awful fancy, sir. What they mean? Don't matter what they mean. You right, sir. Pardon. I get ahead of myself. I know that I shouldn't ask you nothing. I know that you tell me what's best, sir. Don't matter what they mean. Just matters that you told me to say them, and I got to learn them real good. Yes, sir. You got them leftovers? Oh, yes, sir. We got them leftovers. We sure mighty obliged for them, sir. Yeah, Overseer Crockett, Overseer Obama, and Overseer Waters told us you sent them, sir. Because we wouldn't be able to get by without your handouts and your program, so we can't do it on our own. And they make sure they remind us of that, sir. Yes, indeed, they do. We got some more leftovers coming, on the first? Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, thank you, sir. Because they even told us, they talking about we got to get some identification, and we knows we can't do that on our own. We's not smart enough. We need you. That's right. That's right, sir. I appreciate you for dropping by here.
Hey, you see how happy that white person was, or whoever that was in the back? That's right. It was happy as hell. She knew better. God, no. This motherfucker is hilarious, but this is how most of y'all is. I'm telling you. And now that they done got my brain back, this is how I'm gonna be. I knows better. I'm going to mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna mine. But that made that motherfucker so happy. He said, "Yeah, that's right."
Identification, and we knows we can't do that on our own. We's not smart enough. We need you. That's right. That's right, sir. I appreciate you for dropping by here, letting us know that you're still thinking about us, sir. All right. All for good. All right, sir. Thank you for dropping by. Okay. Look away, Dixieland.
What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys pulling up today, man. Hey, we got to talk about it, man, because the Democrat Party is hemorrhaging voters at this point. Slowly but surely, more and more and more people are starting to wake up to the foolery.
No, fried chicken and macaroni, man. I'm going back. I got to be able to go back on my auntie porch. Them people done brainwash your families, man. This is real spill. Ask Nacho. I can't go back on my auntie porch no more. So, yeah, if they going to take my family away from me, then I got to go back. Black people are a monolith. We black out here. You don't never see white men go on camera and say, hey, if you don't vote Republican, take their family. Don't talk to them. Don't go to the cookout. I haven't seen white women get on there and say don't have sex with them, but they don't want to have sex with white men anyway. But I'm just saying, I never seen a white guy say what our black men have said openly on camera, but then turn around and say we are all not a monolith. We can think for ourselves while scolding other people for thinking for themselves. It's kind of fucked up when you look at it, It just makes us fight and argue. So I don't want to fight and argue no more. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call up Roland Martin or whoever my leader is, my black advisor, and I'm going to ask them humbly, can I come back? And I'll see which one they're going to put me with. Jasmine Crockett, one of the girls, I don't want Meg to stand. I ain't trying to get locked up. But who they going to put me with? Because I really, I really need to come back. You got to ask D.L. Hughley? Okay. No, I don't like his jokes. So I ain't going to ask him shit. Yeah, man. Let one of the ladies jump me in. Don't let the dudes. Let Jasmine Crockett, come get me. Come put your arms around me and bring me on in. Yeah, bring me on in. I need my black advisor. I'm just trying to get my black card back. One of them can ask Joe Biden, can I get my black card back? And once I get my black card, then I'll be man, feel good about myself. So yeah, man.
For if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, or I carry hot sauce in my bag, or here, look, we have a rapper at the White House dancing and performing for us. As soon as black voters started requiring more than that, the Democrats' strategy switched from racism to immigration. Anybody else notice that but me? As soon as
Man, I'm finna send the $50 and drop this nigga out the chat myself, man. Hey, and I'm safe on that. He like white men anyway, so damn you, American man.
Black voters decided that we want more than, the same promises every 4 years. The Democratic Party decided to shift their attention from us to another topic. And if you don't see that, honestly, I feel like it's just because you're not paying attention. If you can't see it, it's because you're not paying attention. When Black voters started asking for more, the Democrats, when they could have just easily been like, you know what, y'all are right. We have been doing the same song and dance for the past 60 years since the civil rights. Every time something goes on, we take y'all back to slavery and the civil rights movement. Let's just move forward and actually try to be helpful to the Black community. They were just like, you know what? No.
Yeah, she's absolutely right there. But people got to understand is that no one's coming to save you. And that is a lot of the problem with a lot of, Black liberals out there and Black Democrats. And, in general, I mean, there's probably a plethora of Black folks out there. No one is coming to save you. You got to save yourself. You got so many people out here that believe, that, certain demographic of people, they're evil.
KB, I don't think we are welcome back. High Noon was 2 years ago. Yeah, damn. That was 2 years ago. But you know what? They need their numbers back. So I think we can come back. I think they need it, man. Especially if we move to California or Chicago, or if we move to New York, they need their tax dollars. So shit. They'll probably make us move to one of them states so they can take, get us as a tax base. But you know what? They don't even live there. So hell no, I ain't gonna live there. Shit, no, hell no. But I'm going back. I got to go back. I got to be able to get to the cookout. Got to be able to see my family. They took our families. Y'all know that shit. So they took some people wives. So they got mind control over people now through politics that they tell them not even to talk about. I don't understand. I don't understand. I thought they tell white people with conversation, have more conversation. They tell us Black people, no, don't talk about that. Don't talk about politics. Don't talk about, only thing we can talk about is LeBron James and Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan and who the best. That's the only thing they tell us to talk about. You can talk about that at the dinner table, but we can't talk about politics. You know what's interesting? When they bust me over to that white school, I made some white friends. And you know what happened when I made white friends? When I went over to their house and I sat down, they had a table. They ate at the table. And guess what they white daddy was talking about at the damn table? He had a newspaper and he had the money section open. And he would be talking about politics at the table. Guess God jolly in front of his wife and his damn son. So it's crazy that they tell us not to talk about something that run the world, but white people talk about it while they're at the dinner table. That's how their son know the politics through their fathers. That's how their households are ran. Majority, not all. Well, that one that I went to, but I just thought it was interesting that they tell us not to talk about politics when I had a clear snapshot of a white man reading the newspaper and talking about politics at the table with his young son. I thought that was kind of interesting. So that's why I don't want to see visions like that no more. I'm going to the Democratic Party so my brain can tell y'all what I saw really then. What I actually saw was a white supremacist teaching a young little white supremacist, even though he was my friend, he was teaching a little young white supremacist how to be supreme. He was opening up the money section, teaching it. That's all that was. It was just, yeah, it was a white supremacist teaching a little young. He was teaching them up young how to be a white supremacist. And I think that's what it was now. Now that I'm back Democrat, because why would any father sit at a table with the money section of a newspaper and talk politics with his kid? That's not what they tell us to do. They tell us never talk politics, never talk religion. Kind of interesting. But I'm back at a Democrat, so that's racist.
Wicked and greedy. but then will turn around and ask those wicked, evil, greedy individuals for something, even if you believe you're owed it. It's not happening. It's not coming. No one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. Seriously. The only person that you should be depending on is God. The only person that you should be depending on is your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Now, if you don't have a relationship with him, I suggest you get one. Other than that, depending on man or hoping that man does the right thing, forget about it. You'll be waiting and hoping for a very, very long time.
The Roast of Kevin Hart special on Netflix. Kevin Hart made a pointed joke about his personal Mount Rushmore of racism. A list of people he claims hate black people. Alongside Shane Gillis, Kid Rock, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Hart included my name.
I got to say this right here. Stephen A. Smith looks like somebody kicked his puppy. You know, and to an extent, I feel sorry for the man.
I don't feel sorry for him. He looked like his cat sick. See, Stephen A. feeling the pressures that I feel. See, Stephen A., you gotta give your full mind, body, and soul to the Democrat Party, brother. See, what you've been doing, Stephen A., you've been fucking up, son. You need to go to your black leaders. You've been mentioning things about the Democratic Party that is true, son. And you can't do that. I know you gave them your vote. I know you always doing Democratic stuff all the time. You probably give them your money. That don't matter. You better give them your soul, boy. Don't you ever in your life say something positive for a Republican and something negative about a Democrat. Are you stupid or are you dumb? Now Stephen A. look like a broken man. And that's where I'm at with it. He ain't getting no chicken. If his friends and families probably don't want to be around him. All the big words, bloviate and all that stuff, it don't help him when he go back to New York and they don't want to hang with him. He got more money than him. He used all these big words they don't understand. He done talked against the Democratic Party. So shit, it's like he ain't even black no more. So yeah, that's what it is. Stephen A. feeling the pressures of talking too much ignorance against the group that he should worship, which is the Democratic Party. Because we Democrats out here, we ain't black first, we Democrat first. That's what I've been hearing, basically. Hold on, y'all. Thank you, County. Thank you, County. But that's what I've been hearing lately. You know, that's what I feel. But Stephen A., if you want some chicken, you got to come all the way back, bro. You got to come all the way back to the Democratic Party. Don't say nothing negative. You got to act like you don't see, act like you don't hear. Yeah, I like bloviate. He be using that shit. That should be have me dying laughing. Act like you don't see, act like you don't hear. I'm proud of you, Kwame, getting back on code. I might go with you. Yeah, you need to come on, American man. You be talking crazy, bro. So, Stephen A., so you don't have to look this broken anymore. Just go back to your original home. You are black. And in this America, when you black, you are a Democrat. And if anybody told you something different, you're wrong. Every A-list black celebrity has come out Democrat and had no backlash whatsoever. If an A-list black celebrity come out as a Republican, that Negro is a coon. So it leads me to believe we are born into this shit. We born gang gang. Democrat gang gang. We born this shit. So Stephen A., it don't matter. How you look this sad with all that money you just got? You look this sad with all that money you got. See, I told y'all money don't buy happiness.
Because, you know, he's come out here, he's the ultimate fifth writer, but he has come out here and told everybody that would listen, hey, I supported Kamala Harris. I voted for the left. But that's not enough for Democrats. That's not enough for Black Democrats, white Democrats. Doesn't matter. That's not enough for these far left, liberal, crazy folks.
I'm slave catching for the Democratic Party right now. See, look, I know you can buy your own chicken, brother, but it's not about you being able to buy your own chicken. Can you cook that chicken the way that Auntie and them cook? Yeah, you can't. You got to get a Black woman to cook that chicken like that. So you got to come on back, brother. It ain't about buying it. Taking and sharing it. Don't be greedy. You got to buy the chicken and bring it back to the hood. All right? Don't be greedy, bro.
It's not. And they are upset that he will not go along to get along. They are upset that he will not bow down completely to the left, although he's bowed down a little bit. They're upset. And what he is understanding is that if you do not get along with everything, you will be ostracized. You will be kicked out. They will take your Black card. They will not invite you to the cookout. And he's learning that the hard way. See, I was telling my homeboy the other day, he was like, oh, the middle, man, I just right down the middle on the fence. I'm like, hey, you're being forced to choose a side. And those that are on the fence are going to get mowed over by the right or the left. But you're going to make a decision one way or another, or you're going to get trampled on. Stephen A. is learning that the hard way.
And I made my decision. Chicken. Yeah, I want my chicken back. Fuck that. I'm going back to the cookout. I made my decision. I ain't eat no good seasoned chicken in a while. I'm coming back. I want to be able to go on my auntie porch. They done used our families. They done broke our families up. So I choose my family. So I'm going back to the plantation. I'm sorry. Plantation for me.
Stephen A. Smith. Quote, my Mount Rushmore of racism when it comes to hating Black people is Shane Gillis, Kid Rock, Hulk Hogan, Stephen A. Smith. Those are my 4 people when it comes to hating Black people. The joke came during a roast segment where Hart was targeting Shane Gillis, the event's host, and then expanded to a broader critique of several public figures. Obviously, everybody knows me to be a sports commentator, known for my outspoken opinions. And I'm considered an individual that's been the subject of controversies over the years. Okay. You know, I tried to, first of all, at least I thought I had a pretty damn good relationship with Kevin Hart.
Man, that man looks sad as hell, man. No man comment should make you feel and look like this, man. God, dog, bro. Look at how he look and feel. No man comment should make you do that. That is crazy. With all that money, you worried about one man comment on a roast. You crying like this on a roast. This is why I don't even watch roast. Stephen A., you might be slow, like your pop said, because, bruh, it's a roast. Anything go at a roast. They talk crazy at a roast. Why is you crying about a roast? They talked about Kevin Hart mama on this roast. They talked about George Floyd in this roast. Like, you crying about one little joke. And that's because you feel that shit deep down in your soul that is true. See, you don't get mad at no joke unless you know it's true. Kevin Hart cannot get mad at a joke about his mama, his deceased mama, and you over here crying about a joke he made about you. What a sensitive dude. Why did you even watch? Kwame, if you go Democrat, I'm unsubscribing. That's because you don't want me with my family. You see, you hateful. I just explained it. You don't want a Black man with his family. I lost my family. I got to get my family back. My auntie won't even let me on her porch. She got a broom after me the last time I seen her. That's what they did to me. Look what they did to me. They took a broom after me, man. Man, them people playing get down or lay down game. Yeah, Stephen A. look hurt in the mud, boy. Like, he really is hurt. And no man should feel like this. Laugh out loud. I'm out too, Kwame. Dog, they putting that pressure on you, man. They goddamn steal your auntie. They steal your family. You got people looking at me like I'm racist. At first, they said I can't be racist. Now, I said I like school choice. They call me a racist. And I can explain the policy and why I like it. Hell, I was a recipient of it. I don't want to hear that. Keep it up, KB. You just want that chicken. I want that chicken. Mm-hmm. Then my KB, that's why you have to wear shiesties around your auntie. I'm 7 foot tall. I'm out. She gonna be like, boy, you gonna take that shit off your head. Who else this size? They know exactly who I am. They know exactly who I am, boy. Look how sad Stephen A. is, man.
It's been on my show on many occasions. I've known him for years.
I'm not even in that world, but I know that you can't trust these Hollywood types. You can't trust any of these people. Do not fall a victim to any of it. They're not your friends. And you're only cool with them as long as they feel like they can get something from you. They can use you in some shape, way, form, or fashion, or you are willing to capitulate 100%, on their team. Now, I didn't watch this Netflix roast. I'm not a fan of Kevin Hart. I don't watch his comedy specials. I don't think he's that funny. But we also know that this dude is a completely sold out individual to the system.
I don't know. I mean, it's a roast, but, he's getting crucified because a lot of people felt like too many jokes at this particular roast was tasteless. My attitude is a roast. And people are there to be attacked. He's gotten attacked, all of that other stuff. But I'm not going to front and failing to acknowledge that this year has been very, very difficult for me. From the standpoint that even though I've been very, very blessed and fortunate to secure my future in ways that I never thought imaginable, first at ESPN and then here at SiriusXM, the flip side to that is that I've taken a lot of heat because of perceived positions that I may have had. And as a result, you've had some people from the Democratic Party who don't know that I'm aware of the steps and the links that they've been willing to go through to silence me, even though I'm somebody that has religiously voted Democrat and I support most Democratic views. Kevin Hart.
He support most Democratic views. And what is that, Stephen A? He never elaborates on what that is. And that's why I know I got to go back home. I got to go back to the cookout because we never got to elaborate on shit, nigga. We just stand on business. We say what we say. I got to go back.
May have been telling a joke. It may have been the latest tasteless one that he told. I have no issue with the joke if it was a joke. If it wasn't a joke, I still wouldn't have an issue with it. I have an issue with the fact that it came from him.
Stephen A., what you have to understand is that these people aren't your friends, man. They're not. And to be honest with you, I don't know if any of these people on the left have real friends because they've showcased and they have shown themselves to be some of the most disloyal people. I mean, these people are disloyal to the nation. What do you think they're going to do to you? And again, if you are not willing to go along to get along, it's a wrap for you. You're.
If you're not willing to come again and say what?
If you are not willing to go along to get along, it's a wrap for you.
This is a wise brother right here. He said his name was Brother Wise. This is a wise brother. Because you must go along to get along. And that's what I'm going to do. I got to go along to get along now. Because I can't go around the cookout. I can't go to the family. They did a good job of telling these celebrities to tell our families to exile us, man. So these celebrities, the media, these people are complicit. And Stephen A., you sound so damn weak. Oh, I didn't care much about what was said. I just cared about who said it. Why? Y'all, you just said y'all weren't friends like that. I can see if this dude was on a first name basis with you. He's been on your show one time. Why are you so sensitive like that? I'm just worried about that he said it to me. Now you a victim. God, that's so soft. Come on, Stephen A., you bigger than this, man. Go buy yourself something or something. Make yourself feel better. I'm telling you, you can't allow people, like a lot of these guys, I think they've been putting on makeup for so long. I think they starting to act like bad bitches. But that's just my thought. I'm back at the Democrats, so let me not say that.
You're useless to them. So this fence writing, act that you have going on, let it go, bro. Let it go. At least come on this side, of things, or at least be an independent that leans on the conservative side of things, because we are the same side of things. And we're not gonna clown you, and we're not gonna talk bad about you when you decide to have a conversation with somebody from the other side or something along those lines.
What you mean? We ain't gonna clown him. Shit, I'm gonna clown his ass. I can't clown him no more. We on the same side, my brother. Yeah, we both brainwashed now. I mean, no, we're not. We both know our place. We know our place. Got our black card. Hey, Stephen A., hit up Joe Biden and see if I get my black card back.
That's what it is on the left, man. You can't even platform, so to speak, someone from the other side. They'll get upset at you with that. How dare you legitimize this individual because you want to have a conversation to get a better understanding? Again, the left is they are a group of the most intolerant people.
Yeah, because I told you, somebody said this line. There's somebody that they say real smart. Socrates, somebody, I don't know. They said something about how do you beat racism or how do you beat hate or something with more conversation. You're supposed to have more conversations about whatever you're talking about. You can't talking about KB stay in character at the Democrat. Now I'm gonna be done learned. I'm gonna be done trained back up. I'm be done ate the chicken by then. You know what I'm saying? I ain't getting none of that good chicken yet. I'm gonna be all the way when I get that chicken. Mm-hmm. For real. TJ, for real. Auntie won't even let me come on the porch, man. That's wrong, man. You can't take people's family away from them. You can't, but they done did it. So yeah, man. But Stephen A., man, why is you crying like this, man? I don't understand it. He could be the president of the black community. Let me play the video, man. Y'all done broke my train of thought.
People out there. Stephen A. Smith is learning that the hard way. This, ladies and gentlemen, is his wake-up call.
White conservatives despise more than anybody else. It's not black people. It's not. You know who white conservatives despise more than anybody else? It's not black people. It's not Hispanics. It's white liberals. Because the worst part.
I told you, I'm probably surprised she ain't say you the devil, because I'm telling you, they done made it to where people don't allow other people to think for themselves. You're only friends if you think like me. We're only friends if you do as I do. And that's why I go opposite. I don't like that type of shit. If I got to do what you do to be your friend, I don't want to be your friend. That's just simple as that. I think you can do whatever the hell you want to do. And I think sometimes opposite opinions, when you get together, it makes for a better situation, because as long as you're not some violent, crazy mother truckers, you can learn from each other through civil discourse. And I think they done took that out of communication. They done made it to where if I don't agree with you, then we supposed to fight. We sworn enemies and I'm somehow bad. And that's how people are forming relationships. And I know that shit got to be boring as hell. You got somebody that's just like you. Like, I don't want nobody just like me. What kind of sense does that make? I want a bunch of people around me that think exactly like me. What kind of that would be dumb as hell. I need some people that don't think like me so we can move about this world and learn different things. So I think people that only want people around them to think like them, they some cowards. You don't want to be challenged on what you think. And so you get upset, you get mad. This one of them kids that used to have all the toys at their house and never let you play with it unless you want to play with the one that they want to play with first. That's what these people act like. It's like, it's weird. Grow the fuck up. We're supposed to have different opinions. We are all different codes with different DNA. How the hell can we all think the same? That would be a boring ass world. Like, if I hung around all my friends, you don't even do that in real life. Like, some of my friends are some street cats. Some of my friends are some corporate cats. But they all are smart. They all are savvy. They're just different. I don't want just all people that went to college around me. They ain't gonna know how to handle those situations when somebody come up that ain't never been to college. So you need diversity. And what you need, diversity, not diversity of skin color. What we need is diversity of thought. And you need to have room for that to happen and stop all this. Oh, but there's a consequence for it. Well, that ain't free. You just like the coaches that say, practice not mandatory, but right on the board if you can. Yeah, right on the board if you can. It wasn't mandatory. There shouldn't be no consequence if you don't. You shouldn't even be watching it. So, like I say, man, I'm just going back to the party, so I don't have to think. It's gonna be such a load off. Going back to somebody thinking for me, this shit been stressful. So now I don't have to think. Everything's just gonna go this way,
Parts of the Black community are enabled by white liberal policy. And the worst parts of immigration is a result of white liberal policy. The worst part of the trans community is enabled by white liberal activists. Everything that is wrong with our country is the result of liberal policies that are championed and signed off by white liberals. They destroy everything under the guise of compassion and equality, but in reality, they enable people to remain inferior and infantilize the Black community with taxpayer dollars and incentivize illegal immigrants not only to stay, but to keep them comfortable. And they don't even know it. That's the scary part. They don't even realize that they are the problem when they think they are helping.
Yeah. You see what's going on down in Georgia. We talked about it. My brother Jay Witt,
Yo, she was so accurate. Shout out to you, young lady. Oh, shit. You are full of shit, young lady. I forgot how to switch. God. Let me just hear this bullshit again so I can react with my new democratic mind. Because hell no, this little pick me. I forgot. I gotta stay on cold, boy. I gotta hurry up and get my brain to computer. I need to get the chicken first. But let me hear this again so that I can really break down what the hell this pick me just said.
It's his wake up call.
White conservatives despise more than anybody else. It's not Black people. It's not. You know who white conservatives despise more than anybody else? It's not Black people. It's not Hispanics. It's white liberals. Because the worst parts of the Black community are enabled by white liberal policy. And the worst parts of immigration is a result of white liberal policy. The worst part of the trans community is enabled by white liberal activists. Everything that is wrong with our country is the result of liberal policies that are championed and signed off by white.
That then triggered my inner Roland Martin. I just can't hear this shit no more. She's not educated. She's not educated. She's stupid. She's not educated. That triggered my inner Roland Martin. I can't let her lie on these white liberals. They haven't done nothing but try hard and be compassionate. They cry for you. They give you cars. They feed you. Don't you ever talk about no white liberal like that. The nerve of some people, ungrateful. Do you know what these white liberals have done for you? They try to save you. I know Jesus Christ is the only Lord and Savior, but these people got enough money that they try to save niggas. Y'all see these billionaires just show up with a black kid. They get so much money that the money just make the money in their sleep. And you know, that's boring. When you don't have a purpose, you wake up without a purpose. You see these billionaires just show up with a black kid out of nowhere. So that gives them purpose. And so your black ass is their purpose. Okay? And y'all know this. Angelina Jolie, she made a bunch of money. She showed up with a couple of nappy-headed black kids. You know it. So what I'm saying is true. So listen, liberals have been good to you. Oh shit. Hey, the liberals have been good to you. This young lady just don't understand. Somebody need to coach her back up. She need to go to one of the sorority sisters, the Divine Nine. One of them girls need to get a hold of you, ma'am, because you just ain't knowing. You ain't educated on this one right here. Okay? All right.
Liberals. They destroy everything under the guise of compassion and equality, but in reality, they enable people to remain inferior, infantilize the Black community with taxpayer dollars, and incentivize illegal immigrants not only to stay, but to keep them comfortable. And they don't even know it. That's the scary part. They don't even realize that they are the problem when they think they are helping.
Yeah. Yeah. You see what's going on down in Georgia. We talked about it. You know, my brother Jay Witt, you know, his wife is going through a situation with white liberals down there in Decatur, Georgia, who, you know, want her ousted based off the things that he said. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that, you know, she's starting a program. I believe there's a school or something along those lines that she's starting to help young Black kids or young impoverished kids, you know, in that area, get a leg up before school actually starts. I believe it's like a preschool program, and they hate it. They do not want you to move ahead. They don't want you, you know, getting yourself further along in life, not without their say so anyway. And they're doing anything that they can to tear this woman down. It's sad. And Malcolm warned us, the most dangerous, deceitful individuals in the nation, you know, are white liberals. Men, women, doesn't matter the ethnicity in this country. We're seeing it. We see it on a day-to-day basis.
This is who should really be paying reparations to the Black community.
I'm saying one word, reparations. Who ends up paying for it? Let me ask you, just as a community.
I can tell you that. I feel that the Democratic Party should pay reparations to Blacks because it was in the 1800s when the Republicans, which was known as abolitionists, separated from the Dixiecrats because they did not want to continue slavery. So after the abolitionists helped Black people become Republicans and they changed their name, Black people were able to own businesses. They was able to create the Black Wall Street, Rosewood. They were the most wealthiest communities in the United States. And so it was the Democratic Party who created the Ku Klux Klan, and the Klan were the ones who hated the Blacks for creating Black Wall Street, and that's why they dropped the bomb on Black Wall Street. It was the Klan that did that.
He lying. None of that is true. First of all, there's a big party switch. And if you ain't hip to the party switch, you got to go get educated. You listen, sir, you need to go talk to Roland Martin. Roland Martin is going to let you know of the big flip, and you not knowing of this big flip. Everything you're saying, the other people did it to you, okay? So it wasn't Andrew Jackson that undid what Abraham Lincoln did, which is give us 400,000 acres, and so we could divide up and gave us mules. It wasn't Andrew Jackson that did that. His vice president, which I don't understand why his vice president was a Democrat, but his vice president, you know, said, damn what you did. We doing this for these Negroes. So we got to understand the party flipped, though. I don't know how the hell a party flipped. The party flipped. You just got to know there was a party switch. That's all I can tell you.
When the Republican
basis.
This is who should really be paying reparations to the Black community.
I'm saying one word, reparations. Who ends up paying for it? Let me ask you, just as a community.
I can tell you that. I feel that the Democratic Party should pay reparations to Blacks because it was in the 1800s when the Republicans, which was known as abolitionists, separated from the Dixiecrats because they did not want to continue slavery. So after the abolitionists helped Black people become Republicans and they changed their name, Black people were able to own businesses. They was able to create the Black Wall Street, Rosewood. They were the most wealthy wealthiest communities in the United States. And so it was the Democratic Party who created the Ku Klux Klan, and the Klan were the ones who hated the blacks for creating Black Wall Street, and that's why they dropped the bomb on Black Wall Street. It was the Klan that did that. If anybody owes Black people money and reparation, it should be the Democratic Party.
Hey, my sister Celeste said this the other day, and people looked at her like she had 4 eyes. See, when they talk about
Yeah, because we don't want to talk about that type of stuff. Okay. Now, salute to you, Paul, because all of this is your fault with all this privilege. So you got privilege to even donate in the first place. This is privilege, Paul. Now he's going to tell me what to do. Now he say I could be a Democrat. Now that I'm a Democrat again, I must point out that you could be eligible for an Obama phone and other handout. I would take my Obama phone. Damn right. I'll take my Obama phone. I keep my own health care. The NBA got that. Fuck that. I'll take my own health care. I don't want Obamacare. But I'll take that free cell phone. Shit. Knock off $50 a month. Budget in, baby.
White people in America, they try to group, all folks into a similar or into one category and say white. No, there's a difference. There is a difference in our country. We're really being forced to choose light, darkness, red, blue, right, left, Republican, Democrat. You're really being forced. And when you look at who has implemented most of the damage, especially on the Black community, it's been Democrats. It's been white liberals. We all know that the Republican Party was considered the abolitionist party. The first president, that was, first person elected, as a Republican nominee was Abraham Lincoln. And we all know what happened from there, Emancipation Proclamation, Civil War, so forth and so on, right? He also implemented the 40 acres and a mule. And when Lincoln was assassinated, the Democrat president, unfortunately, that was, I think, the first and maybe the last time. There may be one other time when the president was one party and the vice president was another party. But I believe it was Andrew Jackson. Dude gets into office and he basically got rid of everything, that would have been.
No, Lincoln was gonna do it anyway. This what was probably told wrong or missed out in the story. Lincoln was about to do this anyway. He had told Andrew that this is what he wanted to do. So when Andrew got the lead spot, he had to do what Lincoln already wanted. Duh. Man, y'all just don't want to understand that it was a party switch. Lincoln wanted this the whole time.
Consider reparations, the 40 acres and a mule, the land, so forth and so on. And he basically either had it snatched or, taken, from those that actually received some of the land and those before you even got yours, was going. So you're absolutely right. You want your reparations. You need to be speaking to the Democrat Party that you support, at about an 80% clip at this point. Let's keep it moving.
See, the difference between me and a Black Democrat is that I live in the greatest country in the world. I knows this. But a Black Democrat will tell you, while doing whatever they want to do, that this is the worst country in the world. Wow, doing whatever they want to do. That's the difference.
Yeah, this brother's absolutely right there. The crazy thing about that is that most of these people, they've gone nowhere. Most people live within about a 10-mile radius of where they grew up at. So if they...
I don't agree with him. Now, salute the Black conservative, a righteous perspective. A righteous perspective. That's what that was. But y'all, I got to play this video right here too.
People in their community were facing, or even some of the experiences that they had. That's when it became that when Frank,
speaking on.
Ladies, is this cultural appropriation that she's doing? Is she able to wear a blonde wig? And yes, she is. Damn right. I forgot. I'm a Democrat now. Hell yeah. Yeah, she allowed to do that. Yes, she is. Damn right. Speed it up. This original content is on Reckless.
In Jackson Dart. Check it out.
What changed about this narrative of sports and politics not belonging together is when, frankly, Black athletes started to show more agency and started to speak more about some of the conditions that people in their community were facing, or even some of the experiences that they had. That's when it became, oh no, don't mix sports and politics. In this particular case, this was an unforced error by Jackson Dart. Again, Donald Trump is historically unpopular. You are the quarterback of the New York Giants. What was the point? What is the upside in appearing at this rally? Now, he has a right to support whoever he wants, but Abdul Carter has a right to criticize his supporters.
Let me hear this again.
What was the point? What is the upside in appearing dark? Again, Donald Trump is historically unpopular. You are the quarterback of the New York Giants. What was the point? What is the upside in appearing at this rally? Now, he has a right to support whoever he wants.
I'm just confused on the last thing
that's
she
when
said.
it
Hold
became,
on.
oh no, don't mix sports and politics. In this particular case, this was an unforced error by Jackson Dart. Again, Donald Trump is historically unpopular. You are the quarterback of the New York Giants. What was the point? What is the upside in appearing at this rally? Now, he has a right to support whoever he wants, but Abdul Carter has a right to criticize.
How is he unpopular and he won by a landslide and so many people? So like, I'm just
his support of that. And a lot of athletes, partly what makes them hesitant about talking about their political beliefs is that they don't want the blowback and they don't want the resistance and how people might feel about it. So yeah, his teammate who is a Muslim, who's a black man in America, had every right to question him about what that support means, especially when you are considered to be the face of the organization and the sort of default leader.
My thing is like, why do everybody always got to bring race into it? I feel like race doesn't have anything to do with it. I feel like race doesn't have anything to do with it because thinking about it, there's a big majority of black people that love Trump, that support Trump. That's conservative. That like, I truly don't get that. Like, and then on top of that, not even to mention, these athletes are still mixing sports and politics. Y'all didn't just hear me when I said Anthony Edwards was just with Barack Obama or seeing Steph Curry or Steve Kerr. Well, Steve Kerr was speaking at the DNC.
That don't matter. They are Democrats. That's okay. They with my party, okay? Yeah, they with the winners. Yeah, they with the right party. You could talk about them in public. For sure. You get to go to the cookout if you talk about them. You just can't do that. Steph Curry no better. He black out here. You think that man want to lose his wife for everything he got? You lose everything you got trying to be anything else. You better be all you can be and be Democrat. Especially as a black man. You know what I'm saying? We all we got.
Like I get so like the USA team actually was had a video with Obama. I'd be so confused, bro. Like I truly be so confused. This right here is Abdul Carter. This is the guy that obviously had bigger of an issue, I guess, with Jackson Dart. Introducing Trump. Check out what he says.
So first off, I want to say that some things are bigger than football, and this is one of those things. Jackson is one of our leaders. He's the face of our franchise. He not only represents himself and what he does, but he represents all of us. And that goes for anybody who wears a Giants uniform. But if he chooses to align himself with a man like President Trump, it's my responsibility based on what I believe and what I stand on to not only show my teammates that I'm against that, but to show the world. And that doesn't mean that we have to spread hate. It doesn't mean that me and Jackson hate each other or we have beef. I sit next to Jackson every day.
But I feel like you doing that, like that's uncalled for. Me personally.
It's my responsibility based on what I believe and what I stand on to not only show my teammates that I'm against that, but to show the world.
But why now though? That's the thing. Like, why now? That's what I got an issue with. Like, just because Jackson Dart did it, then that be like he on. Because I feel like you sitting there and doing that, and then you haven't spoke on it before or nothing like that. Why speak on it now? You shouldn't speak on it now. Leave it alone. At this point, it shouldn't be your responsibility to do that. Honestly, me personally. And I don't really care who you are. And it's not just because, I support what Jackson Dart said. It's just one of those things. Like, people get so soft, bro. Like, y'all didn't say nothing when the other athletes was doing things with Obama or Biden or anybody else, any other politician. Nobody.
That don't matter, bro. They was with the right party. Yeah, if you come out as Democrat, you right. If you come out as Republican, you wrong. You know this. Come on now, you got to know this. We black out here, bro. You got to know. You got to know. We black out here. There's only one thing to be. We were born Democrat. Or they'll have celebrities tell you that tell your family not to talk to you. There's a consequence for you not being a black Democrat. Okay?
But since it's President Trump, everybody has this issue. And I guarantee this Abdul Carter, I guarantee he doesn't have a legit reason on why or facts to back up his reasoning of not liking Trump. I guarantee.
That doesn't mean that we have to spread hate. It doesn't mean that me and Jackson hate each other or we have beef. I sit next to Jackson every day, every team meeting, we close, we talk. We just, as long as we make sure we got the same goal as a team and our goals align, which they do, and I feel like that's all that matters. So I just want to move past this and yeah, that's it. So first off, I want to say that.
Yeah, I want to move past this, but he said he's letting the world know and this, that, and the other. Cut it out. Literally cut it out. You got it right here. Fox News says supporters rallying behind Giants quarterback Jackson Dart as the left grills him simply for introducing Trump.
President Trump. He did. And apparently some of his teammates didn't like that.
Hey, man, there'll be no Van Jones slander, man. Me and Van Jones cool now, bro. Hold on, man. Let me stop rolling up. Me and Van Jones are brothers now. We can't have no more Van Jones slander. First off, you know what I mean? Where my homeboy at?
It's well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happier to have babies snatched away or send dreamers back for no reason. This is vindication for a lot of people who have really suffered. I can't breathe. Even people who are pushing for this to happen, it's kind of like when your grandpa, you got to take the keys, and everybody, you got to take his keys, you got to, and he's fighting, and everybody's so frustrated, and then you finally get the keys back, and then you just cry, because this is somebody that you love, this is somebody that you care about.
Oh, yeah. See what I'm saying? That's my brother. That's my brother in arms, in tears. Yeah, that's my brother in tears. You know what I'm saying? Man got 100 million. You know what I mean? Woo! But listen, man. Hey, it is what it is, man.
What do you make of all of this? It seems like a controversy that is kind of being stoked by this anti-Trump bias.
Yes, it's 100% right, Dana. You nailed that sports and intersecting with politics story there. Look, Jackson Dart did absolutely nothing wrong. One of his teammates, Abdul Carter, then didn't share his own opinion. He just attacked his teammate publicly for having the gall to introduce the president of the United States in a major event in the state where the quarterback plays in the New York City area. The other part of this is a lot of people have been coming after Jackson Dart in sports media, which is crazy left wing. Outkick is really the only voice for sanity in the world of sports. What I would point out here, Dana, is pretty straightforward. I asked Grok, has any player been criticized for engaging with Barack Obama or Joe Biden in a similar fashion, right? No, it has never happened. And all of the people that have lost their minds over Jackson Dart introducing President Trump would have said it was awesome if a player had introduced Barack Obama or Joe Biden. This is 100% politics, and it's patently absurd. Jackson Dart, and by the way, I think the majority of NFL players voted for President Trump, which the data reflects. So I think most guys in the locker room actually agree with what Jackson Dart did, and his head coach, John Harbaugh, and virtually all NFL coaches and general managers are Trump guys.
Exactly. So, and the thing is like I've stated before, I did the video within a view, and I stated and I said, there's going to be people that probably.
They didn't know who a Trump guy. Did they take a poll? Did they go around and say, who you voted for? Who you voted for? Who you voted for? So they don't know if they Trump guys. I'm tired of this. They you know what? They might have cheated the election. A new way forward. We got to do a recount. Damn, I would have had to deal with washing greens in a tub. Let me think about what I'm doing. Let me hit this right. Let me think about what I'm doing first.
Don't like him, and he's lost this fan or that fan. But so what? He's gained millions or more. I'm not even gonna lie. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. Those things, and like I said, he has obviously a bigger following me on Instagram. Probably got you beat on YouTube, but that's besides the point. I'm just playing. When it comes down to it, and I already know people gonna be well, if he had a YouTube, he probably would. He definitely probably would. Do crazy numbers, and I definitely want him to even speak on it more. I feel like that's something that obviously people say, you don't mix politics with this, that, and the other, but I truly love that he did, especially within that age. I'm not even gonna lie. I truly love that he did, and not keep quiet about it. That's probably why there's other teammates and people in the NFL that didn't speak on it, because like I've said, there are many others, and that's exactly how he won by landslide. When she said, oh, he's unpopular and this, that, and the other, talking about President Trump, he can't be. I'm telling y'all, he truly can't be, because there are a lot of people that actually turn and support President Trump. You got it right here. Scott Jennings said, when a conservative athlete dares to appear at a Trump event, the media makes it a scandal. When a liberal athlete campaigns for Dems, crickets. Check it out, Scott Jennings.
Another topic that's got everyone in politics talking, and that is Jackson Dart. He is the quarterback of the New York Giants, and on Friday, May the 22nd, Dart went to a rally, an event with President Trump. Trump then praised Dart, calling him a future Hall of Famer and a beautiful guy. He really complimented Dart. Well, you can imagine what happened next. Dart had a teammate named Abdul Carter who criticized him for doing this on social media. He has since deleted his social media criticism of Dart, but then all the usual suspects began to criticize poor Jackson Dart. Let's start with Joey Behar, cut number 2.
For somebody to back a guy like Trump, whose history in discrimination and racism goes back to housing discrimination.
In the 70s.
In the 70s, DEI attacks, and posting pictures of the Obamas as apes. When he's on a team that's 55% to 60% the NFL, there's that many people, that much percentage of black people, that is just the NFL. There's that many people that when he's on a team that's 55% to 60% the NFL, there's that many people, that much percentage of black people, black.
So wait a minute. Just because 55% or 60% of people is black, does she mean to tell me that they think the same way? Wait a minute. See, this is what I learned in my party. See, this is what I'm telling you. 55 to 60% is black. So she is under the impression that all 55, 60% of these people think the same way. Interesting. And that's all we knows about. Just listen to her. Listen to what she just said.
For somebody to back a guy like Trump, whose history in discrimination and racism goes back to housing discrimination.
In the 70s.
In the 70s, DEI attacks, and posting pictures of the Obamas as apes. When he's on a team that's 55% to 60% the NFL, there's that many people, that much percentage.
So everybody black is supposed to not like Trump because he posts the Obamas. Newsflash, not every black person liked the Obamas. I don't even know why she didn't even think of that. It's like they're so, oh man, I forgot. I'm Democrat now. I got to think like this now. But I'm going to have a twitch every now and again that make me say, what the fuck is wrong with you, lady? You talking about these black players with white wives and girlfriends? Yeah, sure. That's a good one. This don't make no sense. She think that all 50, 60% of these people that are black are supposed to all be Democrat. I told you so. I'm done arguing, man. I got to go back. I got to go back to the Democrats. You got to go back.
Black people, that is just the definition of stupidity and racist.
You know what's incredible about sports is that it is almost entirely populated by and taken over by leftists. A lot of sports fans in America are conservatives. You go to an NFL stadium and Donald Trump walks out there, you're going to get a lot of cheers. But the sports industry itself, inhabited by a lot of leftists, people like Steve Kerr, NBA coach Steve Kerr.
In the words of the great Steph Curry, we can tell Donald Trump, night, night. Thank you.
Now, I don't remember anybody on The View criticizing Steve Kerr. I don't remember Jamel Hill or anyone else criticizing Steve Kerr. He's a sports figure. He has a team.
Because they was criticizing Trump. Duh.
Have a fan base. He has peers in his industry. But people who go out and campaign for Democrats are cheered on, or at least they look the other way. But Jackson Dart gets invited by the White House to introduce the president of the United States, which is all he did. He introduced the president.
Mm-hmm.
And now he has to undergo this character assassination.
Definitely insane. I'll tell you that. Definitely insane. Definitely sickening. And I truly hate this on the fact that he hasn't even, he's having to go through this. I'm not gonna lie. Got it right here. This is Laura Trump, President Trump defending Jackson Dart. Obviously, within the backlash he's facing following, the recent rally appearance. Check out what President Trump says.
Last week, you had the Giants quarterback, Jackson Dart, join you on stage at a rally. And as predicted, I think we could all predict it, all of the haters, all the crazy people came out for him, showed him a lot of animosity for being on stage with you. Do you have any idea why it is that the Trump derangement syndrome with some of these people is so strong that you live rent-free in their heads and they can't help themselves but to be outraged about somebody joining you on stage?
Well, first of all, I wish I looked just like Jackson. I said, is he a male model or what? He's a handsome guy, like a beautiful guy and a conservative guy. He said, I love you, sir. And I didn't know he was doing it, but he's potentially a great quarterback. He's a young boy. He had just really started. But when he's in a game, he moves the team. And I didn't know him, but I watched him a little bit. And he really moves the team. He's got tremendous potential. He stays healthy. He's going to be great. So when Jackson gets harassed a little bit, he's also loved more because we have more people than they do.
Exactly.
And a lot of the people that you think, like people in Los Angeles, wealthy people that I see them all the time. They're hitting me a little bit. And they meet me and they said, sir, I voted for you. I said, I know, I can tell. The guys voted for me. I can tell you people on television that knock me all the time voted for me.
I'm telling y'all. And I know people are going to say, oh, he sounds arrogant. He sounds like this. He sounds like that. No, confident. And he knows. He definitely knows. You can definitely tell. Like I can go somewhere and I can, I get that. I get that energy from an individual. I ain't even going to lie. I get that.
They definitely voted for him. Hell, the people are leaving these Democratic. Oh, shit. I forgot. Now that I'm trying to get me some chicken, I don't know why them jigaboos is leaving LA and Chicago and all that. That's just because they can't stand the heat. That's what it is. They believe in the wealthy. I gotta keep up the excuses or something. I don't know what the hell to do to keep up. All right, we're going over to the next story. It's time to get into sports. Something that everybody like to talk about. Now, what the hell is wrong with Rich Paul? And what the hell is wrong with LeBron James? Like, why do they keep this GOAT debate? Why do they have to? I told y'all, in order for one to be good, in order to discuss this GOAT debate, in order to speak about one, you'd have to bring down the other one just a little bit. And that's why I said we shouldn't have this GOAT debate. But Rich Paul and LeBron James and his team seem to be like obsessed with this whole GOAT thing. So every time he opened his mouth, it's to take down MJ. Hell, we done heard Brandon Jennings say everybody in the night, all of 90s basketball suck. Like, really? All of the 90s, he said, suck. 90s basketball with Kobe in it, with Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan in it, with who else? Allen Iverson, with MJ, with all the heavy hitters, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing. It was terrible. It was terrible, he said. Karl Malone, Alonzo Mourning, John Stockton, it was terrible. Gary Payton, it was terrible. Jason Kidd, it was terrible. Sean Kemp, it was terrible. Shaquille O'Neal, it was terrible. Like, what? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. To make one man seem so good. Yeah, Clyde the Glide Drexler. To make one man seem so good, now the entire 90s basketball was trash. And they say these things on open airways. They say these things on open airways. It is beyond me how and why it's so important for one person to be called the GOAT to the point where they got to tear everybody else and everything else around down. Let's go.
Being the GOAT, you know, that's his argument. He thinks LeBron is the best. He's going to respond and say this about Rich Paul. Let's check it out.
The same, right? They're just not, right? Scottie Pippen rings, those 6, they're not the same as Michael Jordan's.
Right.
They're not the same as LeBron James.
But they're pretty good.
But they're good. They're good. If there's some sidekick rings, if there's some sidekick rings,
I think Scotty's rings are just the same as Michael Jordan's. Why not?
Because he won the best player on the team.
Yeah, but he was the most impactful player on the team.
I get it.
What do you mean?
Listen, I get it.
If you unplug Scottie Pippen off that team,
sure,
Jordan's 0 for 6.
Sure, could be. Who knows? But
could be.
These Negroes want to play matchmaker and unplug. Yeah, we listening to a person that ain't never hoop a day in their life. We listening to a person that ain't never hoop a day in his life. That we don't know what this guy would have been without a whole nother grown man. But now he wants to talk as if he's a deciding factor on the if who could have been taken away game. Like, that's crazy. If you want to play that game, then LeBron James would have been nothing without Dwayne Wade. You're doing a poor job of being a Democrat. You need more practice, big dog. I'm trying, bro. I ain't get the chicken yet. When I get the chicken, boy, it's over with. But this don't make no sense. If he could say this about MJ, then we can say this about LeBron. LeBron didn't even make the playoffs until AD arrived. We can say LeBron would not have one championship because every time it was a big shot, it was somebody else shooting it. Bron and his fanboys have corrupted the sports media so much that it's normal to hear trash takes, they say. Yeah, like this is just clickbait trash from a person that, yeah, he's a great businessman through the things that LeBron provided, but this is stupid. To even say this is stupid. What Brandon Jennings said was stupid. What Rashad McCants said made way more sense, and I've been trying to say this the whole time. I've said this. Why are you having a GOAT debate? They're never going to be able to play each other. You're never going to prove this. You're just going to argue. And they need this in sports and media because the people that they put up there to talk basketball, most of them don't know shit about basketball. They're going off stats. They're going off if they play well as an individual. They're going off a lot of stupid things that don't mean a hill of bean. The most winningest coach ain't the best basketball player. And he got everybody listening to him. Bro, KB, you're going to need to order takeaway chicken. Well, we got to get some black people cooking it. Shit. Salute to you. Man, these dudes want so bad to be recognized in history. And you're going to be recognized. I really believe y'all going to be recognized in history. We all know LeBron already, but we don't know him as nowhere near the GOAT. Like, this is crazy.
Replace Scottie Pippen with another All-Star. No one does it without another All-Star.
Bounce out. All he sees is the action. Sure. He doesn't see if
So those are
happens.
veteran moves. I'll just point out that, you know who didn't have to do that? Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. They didn't have to do that.
They did.
But they did here and there, but it wasn't like an epidemic. Like the difference is their first priority is to score.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they get the call, great. But it flipped, I think, with Harden and now with SGA, where it's like, I'm going to get the call. And if I score, great.
But it wasn't as many voices. It wasn't many people voicing their opinion on these things when those guys played. They so.
That's cap. That is straight cap. That is cap. Everybody voiced their opinion. They would say that Michael get too many calls. They got the Jordan rules. They got all that. People would voice their opinions all the time. We definitely didn't have as much independent media as we did, but that's through evolution. That ain't no knock on the game. But they want to try anything to make this guy to go. Jesus Christ. LeBron would be nothing without Chris Bosh. People even said it. The character, man, hold on. I wasn't even gonna play this video, but he done pissed me off now.
Cause there's no question.
It was
individually. No, we not. But come on. But let me go into Rich Paul for a second. Let me dive into this. This is where he got to stop though. And this is where he starts to hurt LeBron James' GOAT case. You see what I'm saying? Like, and this is where people start saying the controlling of the narrative. Like, bro, you speaking on MJ and you saying these things, and it's like, oh man, here go Rich Paul. Rich Paul got Bron got to hype up
because
because
he's attached to him. And again, what I was saying, everybody got their picks.
It's actually making it work.
One thing I can say in Bron defense, Bron don't never speak on nothing. We all know who Bron aspired to be better than and wanted to be was Jordan. He was 23 in respect for him.
And a lot of people feel exactly like Kendrick Perkins with this constant narrative. First, it was Michael Jordan couldn't sell his own tennis shoes, and the fact that Martin Lawrence wore on his television show, Will Smith wore it on Fresh Prince, and the drug dealers in the neighborhood had the shoe. That's what sold it. It wasn't the exploits of Michael Jordan on the basketball court and, you know, just his ability to win, his marketability, things like that. And so he's constantly taken away from Jordan and lifting LeBron James up. Now, Kendrick Perkins is a friend who's on the
I told y'all years ago, and I'm glad some people called me hater, but they'll see it. They just taking a while to see it, but they'll see it. I said this. I said they got to take away from MJ in order to lift LeBron up. They got to take away from Kobe in order to lift LeBron up. That's what they do.
show with him said he feels like none of these comments come from LeBron. But in the media, it's always going to be perceived. If Rich Paul is saying it, it came from the camp, right? It's something that's been discussed at length with LeBron. We seen LeBron go on his podcast and say after his Cleveland championship, that one made him the GOAT. And so he's not exactly putting, he's not actually putting fires out around these narratives that have been.
I don't think LeBron is that much bigger than MJ. MJ old right here. If you look at him standing up, if MJ was a younger man, he would be a little bit taller. His shoulders wouldn't be as rounded, but he don't look that much taller than MJ. And if y'all think that little old size difference would make the world of difference, then you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. And you don't have to be as heavy as someone to be as strong as them. MJ getting there with them 110-pound dumbbells, you can move anything around. You could do those 3 sets of 12. So it didn't matter. It didn't matter how heavy LeBron is. He throwing around 110-pound dumbbells in the weight room.
And it looks like Rich Paul is an extension of some of the narratives, frankly, that LeBron has started and brought to the media. Now, he was compared to Jordan day one, and I think that plays into it too. You know, you come into the NBA, you're wearing number 23, everybody's looking up to Michael Jordan. You live up to the hype. You know, I remember that first commercial and then that game against Sacramento where he showed out. You live up to the hype, you do all these things. But I think after getting to the finals, was it year 3 or year 4? Was it year 3? And facing the San Antonio Spurs, many still looked at him as ahead of schedule, you know, on Michael Jordan. I think when it really changed, the Miami move, people looked at that as weak, but then losing to Dallas and having the finals that he had, I think that's where you started to see, or that was the beginning of when there was a need for narratives, I feel like. And people are tired of it and they're calling it out. You got people on your side that's saying you're actually the best, and Kendrick Perkins calling that out. And I think that's something that needs to be studied. Rich Paul, I got issues with his podcast. He's talking about Luka recently. You know, he talked about Austin Reeves' contract. You an agent talking about other agents' clients, you know, as players on the team with your guy, with LeBron.
Because you can't have no undrafted player looking that good and then thinking LeBron's supposed to take a back seat, so they had to take away from him, of course. We ain't playing that. And I don't believe it's respect why people wear other people's jersey. I think if you respect them, you don't wear their jersey. You total up the numbers and wear a different jersey or something. You know, wear goddamn 2 times 3, wear 6, or wear 5. Do something. Don't wear their actual jersey, because if you end up being better than MJ, which he aspired to be, then they're gonna retire your jersey, number 23, and then you want another 23 retired. Like, no, I don't think that's paying homage. I think you make your own way, you make your own number. But since want to talk like that, since Rich Paul want to talk like that about MJ and the 90s and all this other stuff, let's see how Mario Chalmers, a person who won a championship with LeBron, let's see what he explained that day where he called LeBron on the bench. He called him the B word on the bench.
I want to share with you right after. So here's the clip.
Why did you say that?
Because he was complaining just about everything on the court, and it was a moment. So the key matchup was him and Paul George. Cool, y'all got that. So we in transition. George Hill run to the corner. I run with George Hill. Paul George stop at the wing and shoot the 3. And Brown like, guard him. Okay. So that's all I said on the court. So we get back to the bench. I'm like, nigga, we losing. Like, all this bitching that we doing, like, we got to stop acting like bitches just play fucking basketball. Like, nigga, you the best player out here. Stop being a bitch and go play. And he took offense to that. And it was kind of like, you just jumped at me? Like, me?
You didn't call him a bitch.
Yeah, he jumped at him.
Yeah, Rio, you did say a bitch. You might have to get your ass whipped for that.
I didn't call him a bitch. I said stop playing like a bitch.
Okay.
Same thing. Udoka said he got mad about that. We all know bitch is Brown's trigger word.
Yeah, that is a trigger. That's a trigger for everybody.
For me, what's my job? To get everybody going, start some shit, right?
Yeah.
Boom, there it go.
Yeah.
And Brown went the fuck off, didn't he?
He did. He did go off.
So I did my job. I paid for it because I got benched, but I did what I was supposed to do.
So here you see LeBron James, literally number 2, and Mario Chalmers number 1. Mario Chalmers is the defender for George Hill, who's in the corner. So he was going back. Now he's going to go into George Hill. LeBron James sagged off of Paul George because they're close to each other. He should be defending Paul George because that was matchup. Paul George was already cooking. LeBron James tried to choose the easier guy to defend. But Mario Chalmers is the defender for George Hill. That's his player. He's a smaller player. There's no way that they put Mario Chalmers on Paul George. Paul George was strictly LeBron James's matchup. So here is the players that develops. Mario Chalmers going to George Hill. He turned around. He didn't expect LeBron James to be there. And just LeBron James just shagged off and didn't play any defense. And now they're arguing with each other. See here again, Chalmers turns around because he's not expecting to guard Paul George. He wanted to go to George Hill, and LeBron James was simply blocking him. And LeBron James is upset at the guy that's not supposed to defend George. And then we got this whole situation where LeBron James hears B, complaining, you're a B. So you saw how this whole play developed. And it coincides with what Mario Chalmers says, especially that you see Mario Chalmers turn around and wanting to go to Chalmers says. So you saw how this whole situation where LeBron James hears B, complaining, you're a B.
Wait a minute. What was wrong with his left hand? Hold up. Let me go back. Hold on, man. Hold on, Brian. Hold on, big dog.
Situation where LeBron James hears B.
You right there. What's wrong with your left hand? Your left hand should have went in his eye, mushed him or something. You are close enough. UD got one arm. Oh, man. Come on, man. MJ would have slapped him right across his face. Pow! Grab that neck. It's going to get physical. You close enough. Dang, man. He just wanted to talk to him. Let him go, UD. He just was going to talk to him. Because he wanted to hit him. He was close enough to hit him. Udonis is holding his left, or that's his right hand or left hand. That's his right arm. He has a whole nother arm. And y'all say he ambidextrous. So that means he can hit just as hard with that left arm that he can with his right arm. See, this is called pump faking. It's okay to pump fake on the court, not off the court. This is pump faking like a motherfucker. He jumped up so fast, I thought he was going to hit him, but he jumped up.
And then we got this whole situation where LeBron James here.
He had time to think about it.
Complaining, you're a B.
Oh, yeah.
So you saw how this whole
That's what we used to do in school.
then we
when
got
we were scared to fight before we got beat up first. Once you get beat up, the sting of being scared go away.
this whole situation
Yeah,
where LeBron James
how you
hears
looking?
B.
Yeah, hold me back, hold me back, hold me back. Somebody get me
Complaining.
loud.
You're a B.
And Chalmers was right there looking at him like, man, if you don't sit your ass down. No, I'm just saying, if he gonna jump up, he said what he said. But if you gonna jump up like that, you are in striking distance. If back in our day, if LeBron would have jumped up like that, he would have got hit because he moved into striking distance. I saw a fight like that in my locker room. They got in a fight like that. Popeye Jones and Etan Thomas. Etan moved in striking distance, and Popeye did not hesitate. And as a man, if a man encroach your space like that in a threatening manner, then that's what's supposed to happen. You know, you don't jump up and get in somebody's face because they got hands too. 9 times out of 10, if you know, like I know, you better start getting them hands going before somebody else get theirs going. So, just saying.
So you saw how this whole play developed, and it coincides with what Mario Chalmers says, especially that you see Mario Chalmers turn around and wanting to go to George Hill because he thought the ball was going to be swung to him, because he was expecting to defend George Hill in the corner. But he turned around and LeBron James was there blocking him, so he couldn't do anything. So he turned back around. So LeBron James sagged off of Paul George.
He was way too far for Paul George. LeCap is so insecure, he won't do that in pickup. I don't know. He definitely sagged off. I don't know what he was doing that far back. But he always yelling at his teammates. I always show y'all, like, why the fuck he always hollering at his teammate? That'll make your teammates lose respect for you real quick. But it's right here. LeBron is guarding Paul George. Chalmers is he's a little bit too far over, but his man is 2 passes away from the ball, 3 passes away from the ball. So he's just cheating. I think he's cheating a little too far myself too. But Chalmers like to be in the passing lane. But LeBron, if he's guarding Paul George is a shooter. He should be up here above the free throw line. There's no way he's down there on the block.
The easier guy to defend. But Mario Chalmers is the defender for George Hill. That's his player. He's a smaller player.
Right. But he wants, what LeBron wants is that they swing it back to the top. Now he wanted Chalmers to run out there and take their man. And now you got Chalmers going one-on-one with Paul George.
There's no way that they put Mario Chalmers on Paul George. Paul George was strictly LeBron James's matchup. So here is the play as it develops. Mario Chalmers going to George Hill. He turned around. He didn't expect LeBron James to be there. And LeBron James just sagged off and didn't play any defense. And now they're arguing with each other. So here again, Chalmers turns around because he's not expecting to guard Paul George. He wanted to go to George Hill, and LeBron James was simply blocking him. And LeBron James is upset at the guy that's not supposed to defend George. And then we got this whole situation where LeBron James hears B, complaining, you're a B. So you saw.
Damn, B. But once again, damn, MJ punched his teammate. You damn right. He choked you too. They asked Shannon Sharp about this. What did he feel about LeBron James not coming on his podcast?
You talk about X's and O's, it ain't gonna last very long.
Let's say I am a little upset that LeBron James is like going on the podcast and he still haven't been on the Draymond Green show. But when it's your own.
Did y'all hear that? If you got a podcast show and all you talk about X's and O's, it ain't gonna last that long. They don't want you to talk about no X's and O's, boy, because they can't do it. You can't put a little bit of basketball sense in it and then do all that other stuff.
Let me tell you something. If you ever want to start a podcast, and this is what I tell Stephen A., You got to be able to adapt. You got to be able to branch out. Because if all you talk about X's and O's, it ain't gonna last very long.
I'll say I am a little upset that LeBron James is like going on the podcast and he still haven't been on the Draymond Green show. But when it's your own thing, you kind of can't say anything. So I guess I'll live with it for now. Pick the bone with him that I got to pick with him later.
LeBron said like five times he wanted to come on the show, but it ain't happening.
What's going on there, guys? Back with another one. We got to talk about this on the day. I wanted to show those clips before we got into it because the question has come up on Shannon Sharp's podcast. If he feels some type of way about LeBron going on Pat McAfee's podcast, the podcast where he was recently speaking about Memphis, where the guys was out there on the golf course, him starting a podcast with JJ Redick, him starting a podcast with Steve Nash, people starting to, call out a trend. You're not going on any brothers that really rock with you podcasts. You got JJ Redick, who that podcast was a coaching audition. You got Pat McAfee, which that was a play, to really show Stephen A. Smith his power. They was going there, so he wanted to flex on Stephen A. a little bit with that. But the guys on the golf course and all that, people like, why ain't you been on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast? Or why haven't you made an appearance on Nightcap? We've seen Coach Brown. We've seen others come on there. Now, Shannon, I think one thing that probably sealed his fate with ever getting LeBron on his podcast was when he said this.
Do you agree with what LeBron said about his time in Miami?
Hell no, I vehemently disagree. I strenuously disagree with what he said. At the time that he had arrived in Miami, he had two regular season MVPs and one finals appearance through his first 7 seasons. LeBron, do you realize the reason why you got into the GOAT conversation? Because of what transpired in Miami? You won 2 more finals MVPs. You won 2 more regular season MVPs. You went to 4 straight finals.
Hey, Shannon Sharp, say it again so Rich Paul can hear. Say it one more time. Rich Paul ain't hear you.
Do you agree with what LeBron said about his time in Miami?
Hell no, I vehemently disagree. I strenuously disagree with what he said. At the time that he had arrived in Miami, he had two regular season MVPs and one finals appearance through his first 7 seasons. LeBron, do you realize the reason why you got into the GOAT conversation? Because of what transpired in Miami? You won 2 more finals MVPs. You won 2 more regular season MVPs. You went to 4 straight finals. LeBron, how can you say that your career was going to be the same without going to Miami? LeBron, I'm not so sure. Had you not gone to Miami, how do I make a compelling case? And I can argue any case before the Supreme Court. How do I make a case that he's a top 5 player if he doesn't go to Miami, Stephen A? I don't understand why LeBron wants to be so dismissive. Okay, I get it. You dislike Pat Riley. Pat Riley didn't give you the latitude that Cleveland, like the Lakers, do. I get everything that you're saying from that aspect. But to sit there and sit in front of the media and say your career was going to be the career. Come on, LeBron, man, you got to stop this. It's okay to give the Miami Heat the credit that they deserve.
Man, I almost caught a heart attack. I cannot believe I am so proud of you right now. I thought you were going to disagree. This touches my heart, Shannon Sharp. I didn't believe you were capable of such a thing. Come on.
Now, there was one other time when Bronny's AAU team was playing and Shannon was like, he wished Bron wouldn't have gotten the layup line. I just wanted to show that clip, though, just to give you a little bit of what was said. But I think that instance right there and what he said at that time probably made it where LeBron is not interested in coming on his podcast. And his chat asked him about that tonight.
How do you feel seeing him going on all these other athlete shows and not Nightcap? The one thing that we wanted to do with Nightcap, other than what Club Shay Shay is, we didn't want to make it guest dependent. So even if we don't have a guest on Nightcap, I feel Ocho, Joe, and I can talk about anything. Club Shay Shay is bigger than any one guest. I appreciate everybody giving me their time and coming on my show. I did not start Nightcap to have LeBron James as a guest. If he comes on, I'll graciously accept him and be as thorough as I can. But it doesn't bother me. Cat Williams went on my show when he hadn't really done anything. So I've had guests to come on my show that haven't gone on other shows. Damon Wayans, he don't really do things. Ted Cruz don't really do things. Yeah, it'd be great. But I didn't defend LeBron. When I say something about LeBron, I sincerely believe it. And I try to back it up with facts. That's it. But if LeBron comes on, he wants to come on Nightcap, we'd love to have him. If he wants to come on Club Shay, we'd love to have him. But if he doesn't, I promise you, people are still going to watch Nightcap. People are still going to watch Club Shay Shay. I love every guest that we have. We got young MA on there now. She was unbelievable. I love sitting down with people that I don't really know a whole lot about. And as we do a deep dive and to watch them open up, But no, bro, I don't feel no type of way. I know people, you know, they try to make it a big deal, and even Stephen A's like, bro, you know, you went on P-Mac. Hey, I love P-Mac because P-Mac let you know what's capable.
Yeah.
He took a show that was in his basement or however he was doing it in Indy, and boom. So for me, Nightcap is not guest dependent. Ocho, Joe, and I, we can talk about anything. We can make it entertaining. We can make it informative. We can make it educational. Club Shay Shay is a little bit more guest dependent. So that's why you'll see the ebbs and flows with the views. Somebody they really like, people to tune in. Somebody they don't, they'll click. And that's your right. But no, I don't feel any type of way if LeBron ever comes on. Yeah, I'd love to have him. But if he doesn't come on, I promise you, I'm not gonna lose any sleep.
So you got a clear, concise statement from Shannon Sharpe. And he's right from the standpoint, you don't want to start a podcast and make it so dependent on one guest. Although,
yeah, but I think he moved the goalpost because it wasn't about that. You was about to fight a whole goddamn on team about LeBron. So I do think you capping about whether you care or not, because the way you stood up for LeBron, you know, that was too much. Yeah. You was about to fight a whole Memphis Grizzly team. So now I definitely think you upset by it. You might not say it, you might not show it, but you damn sure upset by it. You attack me over my opinion about this man. And I think my opinion is like an educated opinion on sports, basketball especially. And because my opinion differed than yours, I didn't say LeBron James was trash. I didn't say any of that. I just said he wasn't the GOAT. And you took it upon yourself to come out and disrespect a whole nother man you never met, you don't even know, for another man. So yeah, I definitely think that you care. I think that's cap. I would have never said nothing to nobody about somebody that I don't care about. That wasn't doing your job, calling me a 7-foot fucking farmer. No, that was you upset by what I said about LeBron. I remember that vividly. You were perturbed. I think you should go Club Shay Shay. I think it would be epic. Just my opinion. I was going to go on Club Shay Shay. They don't like to pay for flights or nothing. And at the time I was going, you know, it didn't work out. It didn't work out for that time. I'm not going to pay thousands of dollars to go be on somebody's show. No. He crashed out that Grizzly game over LeBron. Yeah. Shit, you should have seen his response to me over LeBron. I'm like, whoa. You of all people. You talking about that? I'm like, damn. Who pissed in this dude oatmeal? Me of all people, yes. The very one. Fuck do you mean? If you were trying to assault me, it did not work. It just got me to say something back. No, I'm not a disrespectful person until you disrespect me. And then, you know, I just match the energy that you put out. You know, it's very easy to, you know, disrespect people. That's stupid. If you don't disrespect me, I don't disrespect you. But this right here was, I definitely think it was cap. But listen, y'all, I got to get up out of here, man. I did have one more video for y'all, but I don't have time to play it. I got to roll. But I had fun with y'all this morning, man. Just know I'm going to do better, man, once I get my chicken. You know what I mean? I'm going to do better. And once I get my chicken, man, I'm going to be a full-blood Democrat. Woo! For the chicken, baby. For the chicken. Yeah, we do chicken right. I'm up out of this thing. I'm gone.